Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. I usually have a channel set up when we start the stream, and today hopefully is the first time I wasn't quite ready, but Butler Family Farm, actually, who happens to be our stream boss, is the first channel we're going to look at. I know Jerry will be happy about that. Jerry and Susan actually have been friends of ours for many years, probably 4 years by now, maybe even longer. And they are bringing us true homesteading style content on a 116-acre farm. So they bring us outdoors, they show us how they take care of the farmland. They've got tons of livestock, including cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, koi, and more. And then they bring us into their home. They do some canning, some prepping, lots of cooking, baking, and they collaborate with a lot of other creators in most of those things. And then Jerry does some extra work in the shop. They build tools for themselves when they need to, and they connect with lots of other creators as well. Like most other YouTube channel owners here in the Tuber Chat family, they will allow and encourage people to connect, so you'll meet more friends when you're over there on their channel. They do plenty of meetup style collaborations, sometimes in real life with groups both large and small, and often with StreamYard panels. I've been on their channel several times. And when we look at Butler Family Farm, we see that they've got a brand new video right now. Oh, yeah, as it is, the latest video is from a meetup. Let me put that into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use with a fun name to help me keep or get caught up with creators. So we call that the catch-up list. But if you dig through their videos, you're going to find lots of indoor and outdoor content. They also live stream from a lot of those meetups as well. They do a ton of live streaming on this channel. They're on every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. And that's Jerry and Susan, usually giving us a chance to get to know them, sometimes with a StreamYard panel full of guests. Lately, they've been getting together with Devil Dog and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official once a month to do a bake-along kind of stream where they're making sugar-free types of desserts. And it's interesting because all of the things they've done I wouldn't have even known you could do as sugar-free, but they've done key lime pie, they just did molten lava cake, they've done cheesecake before, and other things as well. Jerry likes to share information as he continues to learn in his YouTube journey. He's got another series where he gets together with another friend, BeltLoop29, and they go through different ways to grow your channel, including the YouTube promotion system. Not something that I use, not something I recommend, but there are a lot of creators using that system right now. This is how this channel's gone from under 10,000 subscribers to over 150,000 now. It's a very different way of growing, and it results in a lot of very different things for your channel. But Butler Family Farm's a perfect example of how that can work if that's what you want to do. Of course, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on this channel feature more of the same, both indoor and outdoor content. I always say homesteading because I group a lot of different things together there, whether it's farming, ranching, other outdoor ideas, camping, hiking, fishing, survival skills, prepping, things like this, and typical traditional homesteading as well. So Butler Family Farm as well has got plenty of shorts. Some of these have gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views. They got one at 55,000. I know they've promoted a couple of those. I'm unsure which ones, but that can lead to, you know, heavy view counts, heavy sub counts, and things like that. I did mention the idea that they do a lot of meetups in both groups, large and small. And if we dig through their channel a little bit, I'm assuming that they're doing one this weekend. And forgive me if you said so and I forget already. They'll take us traveling when they can. They did a cruise in Alaska last summer. They brought us a lot of footage from that, and then sometimes they get together for these, like Ozark meetups or the 10 Killer meetup, I think is the one. Mid-America meetup is another one that they do. They tend to live stream from them, so it's a chance to get to see a lot of our friends together, hanging out and getting to know them as well, if that makes any sense. So hopefully everybody is already off to the races, meeting new friends here. Thank you everybody for another overwhelmingly busy beginning. I mean, Tuber Chat's always busy. I will be eternally grateful for that. But lately, it has been truly overwhelming a lot of the time. Emma Rose Shelton is a longtime dear friend, somebody who's been with us for about 5 years. Their channel's gone through a pretty major change, in my own opinion. But for anybody that knows Mr. Shelton TV, or John H. Shelton, this is the new name, new identity for this channel, and I hope everybody will double check that you're connected here if you haven't already, if you aren't already sure. And then we'll do some introductions in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So I got quite a few names on the wheel already, and then quite a few more to be added, lots of introductions to be done. So again, thank you everybody, especially for coming in so early. Some of our beloved and dedicated moderators are up at the top of the wheel. Scratch and PPA, of course, I'm going to put into the pole position there, right beside Just Jason Keto and Jesse Journals and Unboxes. Michael's Adventures is also in the chat. He has a premiere coming up at 8 o'clock. Right after Tuber Chat, and a few of our friends are streaming today. PK Adventure Travels will be on at 7, which is 2 hours from now or just under, and Just Jason Keto will be on a half an hour after that. We'll go on right into his live stream, the second half of it, in a while. And then Johnny Small Pepper, good to see you in the house. Izzy Pop is here. Yeah, it's coincidence, but I happened to share out one of your videos earlier today. Somebody commented on it too. I don't know if you saw that comment, right? Because there's so many ways to miss comments on YouTube. And if you're not grabbing like notifications right out of the bell here, or, you know, if you haven't got them set in certain ways on your phone, I imagine we're missing all kinds of them. But somebody said this is a fantastic video. If I'm not mistaken, I think they did. I brushed over those before we were starting today. Rushing Wind Mountain is in the house. Matt and Mouse is here. Crafty Witch 232 was early in the door with them with Yes Nomads and the Feral Grandma. She was live earlier. JGP Jr. and Soul Fabric Magic Magician, pardon me, are on the wheel. Stephen Wire, Tim Mitchell, and Big Dude, of course, are there. And then the reason we're putting John H. Shelton, or pardon me, as I will get the name right, Esma Rose Productions, up onto the screen first. They gifted a membership. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. We put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, but the wheel and the screen are open to everyone. It takes a very long time, most days, but we're going to be here for 3 hours. And over the course of the stream, I'll add more names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation in the chat, if that makes sense. Canadian Family Life, another beloved and dedicated moderator, is here. Our wrenches are all gone. I wonder if that's like just that it's behind us now. There's no more wrench, because we used to refer to that as wrenches. Now they're shields. In my opinion, it's not quite as fun to talk about. Diamond Painting Yotun is in the house. I don't know if anybody's coming into the chat saying, give me blue shield, give me blue shield, the way they used to do with the wrenches, but you guys can tell me. Sarah Prestwood's in the house. And then, yeah, forgive me, Johnny, forgive me, Esma Rose Shelton. I will get it. It's just, this creator has been a friend for so long, and I'm not kidding, 5.5 years. and the channel's gone through a bit of a change. So the name changed first, the handle changed next, and I will get it. But this is over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well. Fuzzy Adventures is in the house. I think Anfield Road Layout in the Loft was here. Diamond Painting Yotun, if I didn't already say hello. Simply Debbie Sue. Sandra James Living It was here early. And I certainly do appreciate everybody being in the chat. A shield to protect the creator. Yes, absolutely. It's funny, too, because I think, and I could be mistaken, but I think the first membership badges I made on this channel were shields with little check marks on them. And I've changed them over time. I should probably change them again because it's not winter anymore and I still got the snowflakes going. Maybe I'll show everybody how to do that in a few minutes if you'd like to see. Yeah, give me blue shield hold. Scratch and PPA and I have probably, and many creators here have probably heard all the different things. Host, give me blue shoes, give me blue jacket. The demands come fast and furious at times. Esma Rose Shelton, like I said, this channel's recently gone through a major change. However, they've been a friend of ours for at least 5.5 years. They come from the UK and they bring all different sorts of artistic creations. And they bring a lot of literature, poetry, song. They mention the idea of art in the tagline on their channel title here, and filmmaker as well. They do a lot of skits and collaborations on the channel. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I'm going to put this in that catch-up list I keep talking about to help me keep or get caught up with this creator. They've done all sorts of different content over the years, including shorts. This is a major Godzilla fan as well, probably the biggest Godzilla fan I know of in the Tuber Chat family. 2,400, 2,500, 3,900 views on some of these shorts videos, and then live streams as well. And he's been doing more and more collaborations lately with different creators. And forgive me, Esma Rose Shelton, you hear me tripping up. I don't mean to do that. I'm just so used to saying the same things over and over and over again that it's going to take me a second to get the speeches adjusted. But luckily we're all friends here, and in the case of this creator, like I said, 5.5 years of friendship, not to mention they support both my other personal channel and then a copyright free music channel that we have as well. If everybody hasn't seen that already, it's listed on our front page. And then oh yes, make it pop. We will make it pop. Let me get those ready to go. And yes, I'm gonna do something quickly here. Izzy Pop has a special story behind their channel, and I'll talk about it in a quick second here. They're talking about a second channel that they've got, and then I'll show you Scully Pop in a quick second here. These creators are dear friends, but they've both been friends of ours here for years. Scully Pop's been with us probably as long as some of our friends at 5.5 years, this and that. I can't remember how long every channel's been with Tuber Chat, of course, but I recognize this stuff because I want everybody to understand you're meeting friends that will literally be supporting you years into the future. We can see the future because of what we've been through over the last almost 6 years. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Sally D's Reality, good to see you again. Forgive me, I know you were in the chat earlier. I didn't mean to skip over your name. I missed you for a quick second there, but I'm going to get you onto the wheel right now. Chef CV, of course, is here. I'm going to get them right beside Tim Mitchell on the wheel. And we'll get back to spinning shortly. What I'm going to show you right now is a channel that is a collaboration from Scully Pop and Izzy Pop. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody, but I'll catch up with the chat in another moment. I think High Plains Camper I might not have added yet. And then we'll make it pop. So this is a different channel. I'm still going to be getting familiar with this. Don't just create, orchestrate. And then Professional Systems, democratized. Yes, of course. So Izzy Pop has always been into helping people with their channels. Scully Pop has always been a very supportive creator to others. So this is a special channel they've got set up with 35 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the first 100. We know it's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. When I look for Scully Pop, this is the creator that's collaborating with Izzy Pop in the chat. And this creator is the author that reads to you. This is how they're best known. They do some more variety on their channel, but I'm going to take one of their latest videos, and it's a perfect one. It says, what is this channel about? This is perfect to connect with. We're always looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. This one at 5 minutes is perfect. Of course, they're monetized, have been for a long time, well over 5,300 subscribers. They've got shorts here up to 1,000 views as well, and then live streams on the channel. And Scully's done all kinds of live streams over the years, even up to a few weeks ago. One more channel we're going to look at here very quickly is Izzy Pop 3. And let me see if I can get it in some way through the search results. I was hoping to catch it just by searching, but that'll pick up. This channel had to reset and restart a few months ago. And, you know, for reasons that none of us wish. The idea, hopefully, is that anybody could come back stronger and more solidly the second time around. Izzy Pop is this kind of creator. First of all, they have an incredibly loyal following. But secondly, they do for others. They help. They've been known for a few different things, including these outstanding graphics in their avatar, thumbnails, banner, plus the animations you're going to find in their videos. And then they teach us how to do that kind of thing and show us the tools that are available for everybody. I'm going to take your 29-minute video here. I'm going to put that into that catch-up list that I talk about. I'm going to put it into, I'm going to have a look at the shorts on this channel. These have gotten into 1,700, 1,900, 2,800 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. And this creator's been doing a few live streams, seems like about once a week. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop. We'd love to push them towards the 400. We know that they are thinking of. And then I'm going to spin the wheel right now, and we'll catch up with the chat in a second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And one of our beloved and dedicated moderators is coming up right now. This is Just Jason Keto. He's going to be live. We're going to read into his live stream later at about 7:30. That's, you know, a couple hours from now, so plenty of time here. He'll start at 7:30. We'll go in after 8 o'clock when we're finished here. But he's usually on for at least an hour, so if we hang over the edge with a little bit of overtime, I'm just predicting now. Might as well just predict that I'm going to get into story time at some point, even though I try. I really do try. And then Just Jason Keto is going to help us with a proper human diet. He's got a premiere for tomorrow as well. He's been dropping premieres every Friday night. He insists that Friday does well for him, whereas somebody like me, I used to avoid Friday nights. And it's interesting because different time slots affect different channels. There's a few universal truths on YouTube. Some of the things we have to do, like if we can post once a week, meaning make a video once a week of some sort, some kind of quality, right? And if we can do most of the things that YouTube allows us, like filling in our title, our tags, our descriptions, things like that, those are things that everybody should be doing without exception. But when we think about what is the best time to post, what's the way to get more views, what do we do about social networks and things like this, it can become individual, a lot of the answers. A lot of times it gets tiring to hear that because you hear so many people say like, well, you know, there's no one single answer for everybody. And it's like, yeah, this is what I hear all the time, but I just want the answer. The answer is we got to experiment and use our best instincts. YouTube will give us tools. You can use things like TubeBuddy to give you a little bit of help when you think about best time to post. But there's nothing like experimenting and just doing it. You know, if I ask you to remember the live stream that you did 3.5 months ago, remember it was a Wednesday, you did it in the afternoon, you're not going to remember, right? It doesn't matter. So what we do is we fire out content and we build a catalog, both of video shorts and live streams. We try every idea we can possibly come up with to help, and we learn what works as we go. And it changes over time as well, so that's something we all have to look forward to as well. D-Lo Flo, good to see you in the house. Shauna CCC, good to see you here as well. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, yes, Nomads. I used to avoid Friday nights for Tuber Chat because it didn't work out as well as other days. We're always busy, but you know what I mean. And it's interesting that some creators can say, nope, I swear by that time slot, whereas others might say, nope, I would avoid it. But the best we can do is share information here with each other, discuss it, consider it, and then make the best decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I'm here to learn. I'm not here because I know everything. I'm here because I want to learn everything. That's the truth. I'm kind of paraphrasing and stealing the line from other influencers, but it's absolutely the truth. I strive to improve, get better, be motivated, inspired like everybody else, even when I speak very fast and sound like I might be giving advice. That's not the intention. Just to share, just to consider. You know, I always want everybody to get what they can out of YouTube, but the more we share, the more we learn together. And there you go. Yeah, that's true. Just Jason Keto, leaving your weekend open. Most people work. Jason happens to do a Monday to Friday gig similar to myself, where we're able to be off on the weekends. But that's when you got to do all the other things in life as well and try to fit YouTube in. Just Jason Keto is going to help us with a proper human diet. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. This creator brings us a lot of, recipes. And what I really like about what he's done from the beginning is the fact that he only has a few ingredients, like a handful of ingredients in his recipes. They're simple and easy, literally. They don't take a lot of time in the kitchen, which is great to know. And he does a mix of all kinds of different things that are related to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's known for chaffles because he's done over 100 chaffle recipes alone, but he's got hundreds of recipes as far as I know on the channel altogether. Plenty of product reviews as well. Sometimes he'll review something we want to think about from a health food store or grocery store, no sugar added, and all the different gimmicks they give us. We got to understand how these ingredients are going to affect us. He can help with that. And then traditional product reviews. Sometimes things that relate to the kitchen, sometimes things that relate to our YouTube journey, and then sometimes traditional unboxings or product reviews as well. He's always thinking about new ideas for the audience, so he did a different kind of Christmas series. You can go back and look at that, almost a Vlogmas type idea. And then he's got lots of guests on the channel as well, and they share their information, insights, trials, tribulations, and he actually has guests both in videos and on live streams. So every Thursday night he goes live. There's his live stream ready to go right now. And he sometimes it's a chance to get to know Just Jason Keto. Sometimes he brings us a cook along live stream. Sometimes he's got a guest. Sometimes he's got a StreamYard panel full of friends like Matt and Mouse that are in the chat right now. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. He's got some shorts here that give us a bit of a hint about healthy looking grilling shorts and a barbecue that he revisits every year. One of the things we can do is try to duplicate our own success. When you find a video that does well for you, you want to try to do more content around that original video if possible. I do the same thing, and sometimes when I get a video that does fairly well, or at least in my opinion, then other videos of similar types do well. And that's another thing that Just Jason Keto does. So his Weber barbecue always does well. He revisits it every year at least once. Some of these shorts, 6,000, 7,000, on the way to 8,000, and one at almost over 23,000 now. And I've seen that one. I promise you it's entertaining. And I'll show you another channel quickly, which is It's Just Jason. This is another channel he's got set up where he can post basically whatever doesn't fit in the keto diet or lifestyle channel. So he's almost at 50 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him halfway towards that first 100 again. He's basically got travel footage here and a little bit of showing us the pummeling of snow that his area got. He's a fellow Canadian. He's about 2 hours away from me. We've met up a few times, as a matter of fact. And then, thank you, Nopers Plays. Good to see you in the house. I caught them for a live stream the other day. Face the Aces in the house. They've been doing some live streaming as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Consume the Goodnesses here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. And I think it's time to spin. I didn't thank again Esma. Oh, pardon me. I better get the name. Esma Rose Productions, right? Thank you again for the gift and membership. I try to remember to thank everybody more than once, but I really do appreciate that. We looked at that channel earlier. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get moving a little faster now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Kendra's doing a few interesting things here. She actually does a lot of different content and posts frequently. So she talks about a healthy lifestyle, faith-based motivation, skits, chats, keto carnivore meal ideas, and then at-home workouts. Well, that's one of the things that I think is wonderful that she started to do. I'm not sure how long ago, if you've been doing them longer than a year. What she'll do is these workout videos where she's basically doing three things at once. You can see this when I roll over it. She's doing a walk on a treadmill, a walk in place, and then a sitting version of the same exercise. And this is really cool because it could be done by people of different abilities, let's just say. I'm going to take your motivational music video, the one you put out a week and a half ago. I'll put that in my catch-up list. And she's got a couple of premieres coming up as well. Tomorrow, actually, one at 7 o'clock, one at 7:30 to follow it up. So a dual premiere. And then Kendra has been a friend of ours for as long as I can remember. She's been with Jason on his channel a couple times. You'll see her in other people's thumbnails. Collaborating in that way, really in any way, is a great way to grow your channel rapidly and with a solid and strong foundation. The reason why is because every time you are featured on somebody else's channel, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab a handful of not just subscribers, but their most supportive supporters. And when you think about it, that comes down to like, oh, well, you know, I trust this person, or I like this person, or I like their channel, or whatever it is. Any friend of theirs is a friend of ours kind of idea. And this can really help, you know. So Kendra has done a handful of things. She did a short. I've lost it now. It's like forever ago. But she did a short that was a tribute to Superchat. I appreciate that. It was a workout one. You'll find it if you dig through there. She's got several that are really interesting. I like this pizza idea. This is kind of a alternative recipe for pizza when you're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And look at the view counts on some of these shorts. So she has I realized this channel had been moving as well. I can't tell the difference. Somebody asked me recently, actually a few people have asked me if I could tell the difference between channels that are promoting or channels that are growing organically or channels that are doing it another way that we typically don't talk about here because we wish nobody would ever do that. You can't tell. If you could tell, that's great. I can't tell, right? The only thing is we see numbers jumping quickly and some of these shorts have moved, which is great. So hopefully everybody will connect with Consume the Goodness. She's out there supporting people all the time here in Tuber Chat regularly. She's been a friend for years now, but you'll see her in other people's premieres and live streams regularly, as I do when I bounce around in between different people's channels as much as possible. Ladies of TikTok, good to see you in the house. Thank you. Yes, we never want anybody to interact while driving, but I do appreciate anybody listening in. We got friends that listen in while they drive, while they work, and different things as well. And I appreciate as much as anybody every single view, every single second, every single thumbs up and share, and all the other wonderful things that we do for each other. Izzy Pop we saw earlier, so we're one channel ahead here, but I'll spin the wheel and we'll get to another one. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then the amazing M&G, thank you. I didn't say hello earlier. Forgive me. I saw you at the beginning of the stream before we started. And then I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, no matter how desperately I try to catch up. You can tell I'm not looking at the chat, and then I look at it for a moment. You know what I mean? And then the Stock Explorer is here. Nora's a longtime dear friend. We had a conversation again just today for at least half an hour. And I wonder where everybody's making their phone calls these days. Whether people typically still talk on what we call the phone. You know, we call our phone, we're always like, oh, do you have your phone with you? But I don't know how many people ever use it as a phone anymore already. I do most of my phone calls on Instagram these days. I know iPhone people like myself can do FaceTime and things like that, but I've had calls on WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, like all the different ones. But Instagram seems to be where it's at for me. But I'm lucky enough as the host of Tuber Chat to have lots of people reach out for different reasons over the years. And anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram multiple times a day, Facebook occasionally, and then X once in a while. And then Mickey Laughs, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Matt and Mouse is up on the screen right now. And we just saw them, actually. You heard me mention them just for a brief second because Just Jason Keto had a handful of channels in a Homestead Hangout live stream that he's brought us twice now. Matt and Mouse are fellow Canadians here. They got a really interesting story. I was taken away with their channel right away. I just personally like watching and window shopping for, like, I don't know, cabins, tiny homes, things like this. And these creators have a cabin where it's 149 square feet, and they show us all the ins and outs. I almost fell off my chair laughing the other day because they were talking about the idea of getting some extra heat, I think it was, into the and circulation, right? Because you're gonna have heat, you gotta have some kind of exhaust or whatever. They said, oh, we gotta drill another hole in the cabin. You imagine all the work it takes to build something so beautiful, and I promise you, you'll feel that way when you see this, and then you think, no, you don't want to drill another hole into it. But they do a wonderful job of showing us what it takes to look after a cabin like this, and they talk about the trials and tribulations of life off-grid when they're there. Things like distance to the water, Wi-Fi signals or cell signals and things like this. You'll get an idea of more of what they're bringing to us on their About section. They got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 1,600, 1,700 views. And then they've got live streams on the channel as well. And I was lucky enough to have actually caught them just a few days ago where they were talking off-grid. And I'm always interested in the different technologies that have come up, whether it's solar or different ideas. And then Martin Miller, good to see you in the house. Kyle's Shorts channel is here. Kyle's Vlog channel as well, of course. Mac Movement, forgive me, I know you've been here. Thank you for coming in. And then, YouTube might be glitching all over the place, consume the goodness, but as much as I appreciate the thought, Super Chats, memberships, and things like that here are absolutely unnecessary. I say that often, but it absolutely is true. I appreciate everything just the same, but I don't want anybody to ever feel obligated. I try not to solicit that kind of thing. Oh, my dear goodness, Mac Movement. Yes, that sounds like a kind of video one of my friends might send me, but not something I'd enjoy enjoy watching more than once, that's for sure. Sounds horrifying. Ghostly Wins, the Night's KO. That is the creator that's responsible for naming the ketchup list that I talk about all the time. The Night's KO Ghostly Wins has been with us for well beyond 5 years now. Getting close to 6. Superchat's 6th year anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks. So I hope everybody sets the reminder for that. The stream is already scheduled and ready to go on our front page. Along with a special video that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes here that's going to drop actually next Saturday. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Michael Harper, good to see you here. Ravens fan is also in the house. And Matt and Mouse, that's funny. They're asking just Jason Keto if they have any Tuber Chat homework. Jason has a paragraph that he pastes into the chat that talks about a subject that him and I have talked about at length, actually. He came to visit Niagara Falls. I mentioned earlier he's only a couple hours away in Ontario, Canada. We've met up a few times, but he literally came to Niagara Falls to hang out with myself and Kristen Welton, where we were together for a few hours. We'll call it an extended lunch. We always talk YouTube, right? We're all passionate about this stuff. We want to help everybody and, you know, have ideas. And we're talking about a specific idea. Same thing that I was talking to Nora about today for a little while we were talking on the phone. And I mentioned the idea to Nora while I was talking to them, is a few hours ago now, about the idea of showing everybody what we're talking about again today. So Just Jason Keto is talking about the idea of taking a video, any video at all on your channel. I use the most popular ones on my channel. I start with the highest view counts, but I got a couple hundred videos now. But basically, community posts is the thing. I had been doing that for like a year, and I haven't posted a video in as long as I can remember. I mean, I got to get back to it, right? But the community posts are enough to keep the channel active and keep the view counts up to a point and comments coming in and things like that. So I will show everybody, if you would like to see, exactly how I do these community posts that I talk about all the time, that Jason also talks about. He did a video about how to do it, but I'll do it here as well right now. Eventually, I plan to make a video, but I'll do one right now that'll be clunky and quick, just to show you how I use AI for that. Hadgeways, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, thank you, Nomads. Yes, Nomads. And then, pardon me, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So, the Feral Grandma is up here right now. And so what we'll do is we'll go for a break after this channel. When we come back, I'll show everybody what we're talking about with community posts. It's almost what I would consider my latest magic trick. Even I didn't understand how much it was helping. I was just doing it to keep the channel active, but it really made a few videos pop. So I'll show you what I'm talking about in about 10 minutes. The Feral Grandma is up on the screen right now. This creator actually was live earlier today. I managed to catch... Oh, was it not today? I thought you were live earlier today. Or did you happen to delete a video today that you were live? I thought I just caught you. I could be mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was running a playlist earlier. When I got in from work, I got onto things pretty quickly. Maybe I'm confusing myself here. The Feral Grandma, though, is going to bring us a handful of different types of content. They got a bit of information on their About section, but they're talking a little bit about carnivore, for instance. So they've got a lot of meal ideas here. I was calling them the Grill Master the other day because they do a great job here. They're going to compare different products that we might consider when we're trying to make specific meals or dishes that have to do with the different, either keto or carnivore or different kinds of diet ideas or lifestyle ideas we might think about. Almost 1,000 views on one of these shorts and well over 1,000 views on another one, which is great to see. And then live streams are pretty frequent, so they're on every week. Yeah, I must be wrong. Oh, you were live. Yeah, okay. I wondered. I'm like, what's going on? I thought I was going crazy for a quick second there. Not the first time that's happened either. But hopefully everybody will connect with the feral grandma. And let me think about spinning the wheel right now. We'll see which channel's coming up next. We'll go for a break, though. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from an interview series of videos on the Tuber Chat channel. When we get back, I'm going to show you these community posts that I keep talking about that anybody can do for free, that only take moments and will give a boost to your videos on your channel. This video series, though, another episode is coming. I finally finished the 6th episode of this, where Be Amazing Sylvia joined me, and we've talked to 5 other creators already about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
You know, your channel, it started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit 1,000 subs,
Okay.
and then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh wow! Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the winter time, and I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices, and honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here, and I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. You know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely, yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. sometimes when I work on Nightbot, I leave things and just deactivate them. I'm not sure if I still have an anniversary message in there from last year. I might. But thank you, Scratch and PPA, for dropping those reminders in the chat. I don't know why I didn't think to do that already. But maybe later in the stream, if everybody wants, I'll show you how to quickly do a timer in Nightbot, which is what allows those messages to come through once in a while. You see them here from Botrix, Streamlabs, Stream Elements. Let me just check that they all showed up today. Oh, I did it wrong. And then I'm just going to show you something, so forgive the self-promotion, but I'm going to show you how to do something that I consider the most impactful thing that I've been doing for the last year. I was just doing it for something to do and found that it's having a lot more impact than I expected. So a lot of these videos that you see here, I do a lot of, like, let's say, affordable tech reviews, which I figured before I even started YouTube that would be the thing that would be helpful, right? Some of these have done really, really well. But after putting community posts out for about a year, not even every day, but just, you know, often, some of these videos that were under 10,000 views started to pop beyond that. So you see there's some of these 51,000, 41,000, 38,000, and this and that. My best performing one is from a tablet that is so many years old. I don't know if that video will ever hit 100,000. But I'll show you exactly what I do. So I'm going to take this video because what I recommend when people are doing this, regardless of how many videos you have, but especially by the time you get to 30, you have one video, you know, for every day of the month. And I would just focus on the most popular videos, the ones that are already moving for this particular strategy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this video open for a second. I use a Chrome extension called Glasp, and I'm going to put the name of it in the chat. And anybody can get this. Just please be careful installing Chrome extensions. I don't want to recommend you do it. It's just a fast way to get a transcript. You don't even have to. You can give it to ChatGPT. It'll get a different style of transcript for you anyway. But basically, there's a tab up here. It's easy to use. I'm just going to click the copy button and take the transcript out of this video. And I'm going to go over to ChatGPT. And it doesn't matter about spelling mistakes, grammar, speech, anything like that. You can talk to it like a person. So I'm just going to say, I need a community post. A community post for my YouTube channel about this video. Do not reference the fact that it's old or new. I'm going to try to leave the spelling mistakes in there. But something that will entice a watch. Community post for YouTube channel about this video. Do not reference the fact that it's an old or new, because what happens if you do that is if you don't say this to ChatGPT, it doesn't know. So it's just going to say, hey, check out my latest video. And we don't want to say it's our latest video if it's something from like 2 years ago, you know, or whatever it is. Or in this case, like, what is it, 6 years ago or 7 years ago or something like that. This one here was 6 years ago. Yeah, right. But still gets views, so it's worth promoting. So we're letting ChatGPT do its thing. I have mine on extended thinking, but you don't have to do that. And it's going to come back with a few different versions of this. And then you can select from these. Now, in most cases, I would recommend anybody not just copy and paste right out of ChatGPT. Edit it a little bit, add a word, take a word out, something like that. But in this case, I will just copy and paste. See, this one says just uploaded a video. It shouldn't have said that, but that's okay. Another one. Oh, see, now I'm getting stuck. I don't want to put this. Oh, I didn't post... Forgive me. Okay, I'm being ridiculous here. I didn't even post the transcript. This is my problem. So when I paste in the transcript, forgive me everybody, I don't even know what I'm doing here. When I paste in the transcript and I hit it, now it will come up with something more useful. It was writing for a video, it doesn't know what the video is. So forgive me. Don't go back and watch this as a tutorial for this. I've done it other times. I'll do it again on the next stream if everybody wants, and I'll try to do a better job. And yeah, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. Kristen and I both like to keep windows open as much as possible, and I've got this bush outside the window that comes like right up to, it's almost as high as the window is, and birds love hanging out in there. So they're constantly chirping. So here we go. Let's do this one. This one covers more than just a tablet. All I have to do is copy this, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my post page. And I schedule my posts in advance. If you want to see examples, you can go to my post page and you'll see all these different ones that I've been doing every day for weeks or months or whatever it is, right? But I just keep rotating back through the same almost 30 videos, something like that. But you'll get the idea when you get there. So all I'm going to do is paste in the text. I like to put emojis, kind of a headache when we're on a computer. And let me see if I can pop up the emoji thing. There it is. And I'll put the thumbs up because we always want to entice a thumbs up. You just double click it on a Mac and it pops right in there. You don't have to copy paste. Then you just click. You could do all these different kinds of posts. We could talk about that another time, but I'm going to click on video. You can actually share any video on YouTube. Most of you have had at least one video shared on the Superchat community page by me at some point if you've been here for any amount of time. And it's not, I don't just do moderators and members and super chatters. Everybody gets a little bit of that, right? I try to mix it up based on who's here most often, let's just say, right? So what I'm going to do, I got to search for my own video. So I'm going to type my name in, Kevin K. Huawei. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that anywhere near right after the last 6 years of talking about it. And then my video comes up. I'm going to put it into, just click the insert button and it comes up. Now I schedule these. You can schedule them on a phone too, but I schedule them on the computer. The latest one I've got was for, let's say, April 18th. So I'll put this one for April 19th. And I just select the date out of the calendar, and then I'll put the time. I always put them at 9 a.m., but this doesn't matter. It's up to you. I have heard from what I believe was a YouTube Google page that community posts can live up to 24 hours. I don't know if that's true. So I don't recommend anybody beat the ever-living daylights out of their community posts the way I do on the Tuber Chat channel. But I can tell you that sharing on the community page is, or what we used to call the community page, is the #1 thing that I've been thanked for over the years as the host of Tuber Chat. So, you've seen the videos that I have, the view counts on them, which are somewhat overwhelming in my own opinion because they weren't that high before, and I think the community posts are really helping, and Just Jason Keto insists on it. So this is something we've been doing. I wanted to show everybody a clunky way of getting that done. If you wanted to go back and look, we're 1 hour into this week's episode, or today's episode, and that's 932. We really have done 931 of these live streams, or close to it. And then Big Dude is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then, yeah, Kyle Vlog channel, if you want to check out the replay about 1 hour into episode 932, right before Big Dude's channel, I talk about how to use community posts with a little bit of AI help to boost some views on your videos. So hopefully that was helpful. And like I said, I do that on the... I do a different thing on the Superchat post page. Like I said, most of you have seen that or been on it and had videos shared. Let me make sure I'm switched to that account now. And Big Dude, part of me, is another longtime friend. He's been with us for years. He keeps sending friends over here as well. Big Dude is working on 4,800 subscribers. He might be live right now. Is he live right now? Oh, he is. He's doing Bible study right now. This creator brings a lot of spiritual inspiration, including that Bible study, and then a lot of video gameplay as well with popular titles. You see that in some of these live stream replays. The creator puts out videos, though, as well. I'm going to take the latest one. Perfect to connect with. It's 14 minutes long. He's got a few shorter ones. We're always looking for videos longer than 3 minutes. And that's the minimum, right? Anybody's welcome to do much more than I talk about. We just do that because we know it works. You see, when I put channels on the screen here, they're always subscribed. YouTube rarely ever takes a subscription away from me. And then, Big Dude, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shorts on this channel with some celebrity shoutouts, 8,000, 15,000, 25,000, which is great to see, and obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So hopefully everybody will connect with Big Dude. You'll see them regularly. They've been here for just about every stream lately, and like I said, they've been bringing friends. And then the best success here, I know we got a couple of new channels in here today. We always have new channels every day. But the best success comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them with all of the things you wish they would do for you. If you do it for them first, you know they will turn around and do the same thing for you. This is a community of creators who care about each other's success. At the same time, a lot of people who've been here for many months or many years will cherry pick their connections. They won't just connect with everybody, and I don't recommend anybody grab brand new channels the second that you see them in the chat. What you want to do is have a look at how everybody's conversating, the different things people are saying in the chat, so that you can make a judgment call as to whether somebody might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before connecting with them, because we always want to be happy about the connections. We don't want YouTube to take them and things like that as well. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then used to be a Ram driver. I don't know what on earth that's about there. I drive a Ford F-150, so mine's old though. It's getting old, 13 years or 4. I guess it's 13 years or something like that. But I still love it. Judgment Day Mike Harper is up on the screen, and this is another longtime friend. They've been with us for many years as well. Judgment Day Mike Harper must have been with us for 4 years. I'm not sure about 5, 3 minimum. But again, I just say this so that everybody understands you will be meeting friends today that will be supporting you into years into the future. Judgment Day Mike Harper is going to bring us a lot of movie reviews on their channel, and you see a lot of the classics, a heavy mix of every different kind of movie. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this one into my catch-up list. That's not a movie I've seen, actually. And then 776 subscribers, which is great to see. Judgment Day Mike Harper has got shorts at 2,000 views, 2,200. And then live streams. He's done plenty of these as well. Big WWE wrestling fan. He brings that to the channel also, as you can, see. And then he's got a second channel Michael W. Harper. And he brings DVD reviews, DVDs and Blu-rays, similar to what we'd expect from Sarah Prestwood and a few other creators. I don't know the truth about whether there's a DVD revolution going on right now, CDs and DVDs, the way that vinyl records had picked up around 2015, and that continues to thrive. I just saw another video about a record pressing plant in Quebec, Canada, that can't keep up with the demand, which is something else if you think about it. Michael W. Harper, though, is going to bring us DVDs and Blu-rays more than anything else. They're doing a little bit more thrifty shopping, which is great to see. We get a chance to get to know the creator. They got shorts over here as well at 700, even 1,000 views on one, and then live streams are more of an experiment. This is kind of a backup channel for this creator, but another chance to get to know them, and obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So thank you again, Judgment Day Mike Harper. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated that super chat again. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we get back to spinning the wheel. Stephen Wire is coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Matt and Mouse. I mean, DVDs and Blu-rays and things like that, vinyl records, cassette tapes, everything else. I mean, it's incredibly inconvenient and expensive, but our last chance to own anything if we want to, right? Because if Netflix puts a TV show on or a movie, something that we like, and then they don't have the rights to it later, then what are we going to do, right? You got to get another subscription service or something. And, you know, eventually I think they will stop making things. This will be the last hurrah for all of the physical media. But I have got a ton of vinyl records. I used to be a DJ, so I have like thousands of them. And I still buy records occasionally. I've cut down. When I started YouTube, I started buying a lot of records again. And then I cut it down because the videos really don't do very well. You would think that they would. Every friend I have has said, you should do videos about your records. And it's not that they're not right. If you wanted to do just a channel of something like that, I'm sure you could. But to do a few videos here and there, they don't get watched because you can't listen to the music. It's all copyright protected, right? And the videos will get banned and blocked in half of the countries. Half of the music stuff I have put up has been blocked. So, yeah, interesting, though, that we've got a few vinyl record fans in the chat, it looks like, as well. High Plains Camper still here. And then Blonde Traveling Gypsy is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. We're going to talk about Stephen Wire. They stream every day, every single day. And I'll show you that in a second here. Karen Cole, UK lawyer. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. She's another longtime friend. I know I missed a couple of channels coming in. Miss Canadian is here. Miss Canadian Scrapper, yes? Yes, Miss Canadian Scrapper. The handles are tripping me up. And then A Simple Family Lifestyle is here. They've got a couple of channels as well. Stephen Wire's got birds chirping that have caused a copyright claim. My dear goodness. Stephen Wire, actually, they're streaming right now. So we look at their videos, and I'm assuming that a couple of these are taken as clips from the live streams. But we'll look at shorts as well for a quick second. They bring us a lot of interesting landmarks from Chicago in most of these short videos. 1,600, 1,700 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel. So this is what they're doing typically every day. And you can see the live streams go for almost 12 hours. When we're chasing watch hours, we always cut our live streams under 12 hours. I've done these too on my on our copyright-free music channel, where that allows you to keep all of the watch hours. If your live stream goes over 12 hours, you can't guarantee that you're going to get even the first 12 hours of watch or 12 hours of time, let alone anything after, pretty much guaranteed not to get. So anybody that's going to think about doing live streams like this, then 12 hours would be a good marker if you're chasing watch hours. So a lot of traffic watch here, and hopefully everybody will connect with Stephen Wire. As soon as this creator came into the Superchat family, I'm not sure if Michael's Adventures found them first. I'm not sure if that's how that worked. I don't know, actually. But this creator's been here for, I think, every stream. I don't expect that from anybody, but I certainly do appreciate it. And I see them out supporting people. I run into them now every day in other people's live streams and premieres. Fuzzy Adventures is still here. Jeremy D-Day's in the house. He's been with me for beyond 6 years, if you can believe it, since before Superchat was even a thought, let alone a channel. And then let's think about spinning the wheel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yeah, Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. And he is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. I've been on for 9 years now, literally. And Superchat's been here as a channel for 6, almost 6. And he's been with us since almost the beginning. So he sent over lots of friends over the year. And then, yeah, Nopers Plays. I wouldn't recommend that almost any other channel do what we do with moving around the days and the times and things like that. But for Superchat, because this is a very different kind of channel, right? And we have almost 0 viewers. We got a couple people who are supporters, and they recognize a lot of friends in the chat and this and that. And I always appreciate anybody that's here for any reason at all. But we are 99.9% channel owners here. And I am on top of the analytics and watching what's going on like you wouldn't believe. So whenever there's, like, let's say even a little bit of a dip in audience, which there never is, but even if there is, then I would just adjust everything. It took years to find the sweet spot, going every 3 days. But for most creators, the 99%, it's going to be a much better idea to pick your days, pick your times, because people live on a weekly schedule. We pay our bills monthly. We think about seasons like summer, autumn, fall, this and that. But usually people do the same things every Tuesday, the same things every Saturday, you know, that kind of thing. So it's a great way to build... that kind of consistency is a great way to build a lot of activity for your content. You'll see that in some of the creators that I talk about here, and their consistent series of videos, live streams, and things like that, the explosive chats that they have because of it. Galacticness, good to see you in the house. They've been streaming every day. That's a channel dedicated to Red Dead Redemption 2. And they have, I think I see them streaming almost every day. If I don't come in, as like, you know, we all see things that come on. We can't catch everybody all the time. But my assumption is that they've been on just about every day. Holly's Adventures, another gaming channel. Good to see you in the house. Janine9 is here. And, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So, Fabric Magician Annette is another creator who's come into the Superchat family recently and been here for probably every stream. Again, I don't expect that from anybody. I promise you, I truly appreciate every moment everybody is here. My goal is for everybody, or my mission, or my wish, is for everybody to get as much value out of your time here as possible. I'm just here to talk while everybody's connecting in the chat. You know what I mean? If everybody here does the things they need to do to get what they want out of YouTube, that is what gets me what I want out of YouTube. You know, and my channels are doing fine and everything else. And then R2D2, or Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm mixing up my pop culture with the chat there. R2D2 is gonna. I'm a Star Wars fan as much as anybody else. Holly's Adventures is gifting a membership as well, so thank you for that. We'll look at that channel next. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Fabric Magician Annette is going to give us quite a bit of information on the About section, magically transforming new and rescued fabric into quilts, gifts, home accessories, garments, etc. Videos for both beginners and experienced quilters, sewers, and fiber artists. Can we say that? Is that the right way to put that? And then this creator's got shorts on the channel as well, getting into over 1,000 views, over 1,400 on another one. Looks like they're always smiling and laughing and having a good time. And then they've got live streams on the channel as well. Got them for a couple of these, but not in the last couple weeks. They're streaming a few times a week, which is great. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. We all have notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Gotta try to catch. I don't think we're streaming on May the 4th, right? I don't think so. It'll probably be the 5th, right? For those of you who got tripped up by my Star Wars nonsense there. And there you go. Yeah, so Blonde Traveling Gypsy, the best. So in a perfect world, you know, everybody would pick their day and time and then they'd be on perfectly consistency. But life gets in the way for everybody. Lots of things have happened here. I have no schedule on any of my channels. However, I can tell you that when I put videos up on my personal channel or on any other channel that I touch or run, my recommendation is always, if you don't already have a better idea of when you want to post, the best idea is when you could be there, right? Especially if you're going to premiere. You want to be available to answer comments, especially in the first hour. And you want to be there during your own premieres, right? You want them when people are awake. So I recommend if you're going to drop a video and you don't know when to drop it, Saturday at 9 a.m. is when I always drop my videos, unless I premiere them. They go at noon so that most people in North America are awake and up and started their day, and our friends in the UK can still catch it. You can't catch everybody around the world, but you know what I mean. And then the Force is always here. I wish the Force was always here. I hope so. Nopers Plays, thank you for joining the membership, by the way. I'm going to put your channel on the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and I will get back to spinning in another moment. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I said to Kristen when we first got together 10 years ago, again, we saw each other when we dated for a while when we were much younger, but we reconnected just over 10 years ago, and we've been together, you know, all this time. But I said to her, if I was to define the #1 icon, and I don't mean icon like graphics, I just mean icon for pop culture forever, I say it's a Stormtrooper mask. I say that is like the symbol, right? Other people might say Mickey Mouse. Other people might say Super Mario. I'm unsure about different ideas. If you guys want to have some fun in the chat today that has nothing to do with YouTube, then let me know, let everybody know what you think. If you have to pick one thing, this is your desert island one thing that talks about pop culture, right? For the last, we'll call it 50 years, but even the last 100 years, what do you think it would be? Because Stormtrooper is like my favorite thing. I don't know why. I always wished that I would buy a real Stormtrooper costume to have for Halloween. You know, I've done other things, but the real Star Wars, I don't even know what they cost, but you know what I mean. The Pharaoh Grandma is gifting 5 memberships. She's done that I don't know how many times before. We'll call it 100 because it's probably close by now. And I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, though. We'll look at that channel next. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Holly's Adventures gifted a membership, so we've got them on the screen right now. Jody Genealogy is in the house. That's Marketplace Boutique with another channel. We've got her on the wheel now. And Trisha's Yarn Adventures. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Nopers Plays actually, with that membership, took over the Stream Boss position. So that's the video game life meter you see under my camera here that I always point to. You can't see me pointing because of the green screen thing. But that is a fun feature. Obviously, everybody can see the benefit to that. Every Super Chat, membership, highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of that Stream Boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. And so Nopers Plays is going to hang on to that for a little while. Holly's Adventures, another gaming channel. So they are bringing us a lot of Final Fantasy lately. Let me see what else they're doing. Sea of Stars. I don't even know if other than their channel, I don't know if I've seen much of that. I feel like I might recognize the name. Elden Ring is very popular. We see that on a few different channels, right? Forgive me while I scroll like crazy here. Final Fantasy, you know, in all these years I've never played it. I promise you, I feel like I love video games as much as anybody. I was there for Atari and Super Nintendo and Nintendo when it first came out and all that stuff. And that's all I wanted to do is play video games, right? And now I just don't make enough time to play. I've got an Xbox that's gathering dust sitting on the thing. I got it so that I could do live streaming content and play Grand Theft Auto, and we can all chase each other around and all that stuff, but haven't done that yet. Holly's Adventures as well has got into shorts that are bringing us 10,000 views. My dear goodness, on a couple of these. And this features more variety, so a chance to get to know the creator, and then live streams on the channel as well. Much more content here. Lost Odyssey, Dark Souls. I forget if they have Stardew Valley on their channel as well. Super Mario RPG. So quite a lot of different things, and then even more content on the channel. So that's great. Hopefully everybody will connect with Holly's Adventures. They're a long-time friend. Holly's Adventures has been with us at least a couple of years. I'm feeling like it's 3 years, maybe longer. So forgive me if I'm wrong. I often get those things wrong, and I get ahead of myself sometimes. But hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'd love to push Holly's Adventures towards the 1100 that we know they must be thinking about. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then lightsaber, then a Wookiee mask, says Janine9. What else did we have for ideas? Yeah, Janine says the Wookiee mask. I'm just scanning the chat for a quick second. Yeah, I don't know how many people like Star Wars and Star Trek. I mean, they're so different. I always liked them both. Star Trek is so much slower paced. You'd think I'd probably like that better considering what I've been watching for the last like 10 years, but I feel like I missed something. Oh, Fabric. So Magician. Or pardon me. Fabric Magician. Fabric has doubled in price from 2021. Lots of things have. My dear goodness. Right now, as YouTubers, like, we're facing that with a lot of electronics. Hard drives, very upsetting. They've doubled in price the last couple of years. Matt and Mouse have combat lightsabers just to keep them both in line, I guess. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. James Money 615 brings us a lot of gaming as well. And then PK Adventure Travel says Star Wars is their jam. I wished they would come out with some more Star Wars movies. I've heard that they say they're going to come out with more. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't understand. Why spend, billions of dollars to buy a movie franchise and then just let it sit there? I don't know. I'm acting like I know anything about it, and I really don't. The Feral Grandma's up on the screen right now. This creator has got 238 subscribers. We would love to push her towards the 300 we know she's thinking about. And we looked at this channel earlier today. I forgot that we looked at this already. We'll just skim through it quickly because she just gifted a handful of memberships again. And like I said, she's live streaming pretty frequently as well. Shorts into 1,000 views and beyond. This creator's going to help us with some diet ideas as well. You can read the About section. You'll get an idea of the different types of content they're bringing. This creator's got... I got a lot of red lines that are not all the way across. You see this? I'm actually in the process of running their channel as a playlist right now. I'll show you something that I've been working on. I'll just do this for 2 seconds because I don't want to waste time today. When I look at playlists on the Tuber Chat channel, you see like Michael Harper, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, Scrow's Nest, and the Feral Grandma here. I started running their channel. So I'm working on this AI system where I'm getting Claude to help put together playlists on channels where you see how it says the Feral Grandma top videos. It's got 99 videos in here, but if you notice the timestamps on these, they're ordered from the longest to the shortest and doesn't include any shorts. So 2 hours, 1 hour and a half, 1 hour 10 minutes, like kind of cool. And this is how I'm running videos for people instead of like individual playlists, because this helps us get more of a maximum value, let's just say, out of the time that we're doing this with. But thank you again, the Feral Grandma, for those gifted memberships. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. Like I said, she's done it 100 times before. Always appreciated, never necessary. And then thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. But Chef Seavey and Tim Mitchell are going to be coming up when we come back from a break. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes again. But first, I'm going to play for you a clip from the upcoming episode, finally, of our interview series, where Be Amazing Sylvia joined me for a talk of about an hour. And we discuss all the different things that she has experienced, being a friend of ours since the beginning of Tuber Chat. She's part of the Drop the Link Day crew. She still helps people connect with different live streams than what we do in Tuber Chat, but meant for the same reason. Everybody can go in there, meet more friends. They promote your videos. They get you a bunch of views and everything else on shorts, which is really cool. Hopefully everybody will watch the full episode when it comes out. You can set your reminder today because I've got it set for next Saturday. And then let's have a look at this, and we'll go for 3.5 minutes, and then we will come right back. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, we use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted, and I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change, and with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video with somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. You know?
Alright, we're just about back. I just needed an extra second there, so thank you everybody for your patience. We are going to look at a simple family lifestyle. In another moment, they dropped a super chat. But I spun the wheel. Chef CV is up here. We're going to look at a few channels right this second. Pardon me. And I realized I am way overdue for adding names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversations. So, let me have a look through the chat here. Maybe we'll do that in a moment. Sarah Presswood, just please let me know if you're still here. And I know people step away when we go on those breaks. Sarah Presswood is here, so I'm going to put her on the wheel for now. We'll get another name shortly. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I have a chatbot in the background that helps keep track of that kind of thing. And then, could be eating chicken wings, that's for sure. I could be, Timmy. Yeah, I don't get the reference. I actually do love disco. I don't get the reference, the Pharaoh Grandma. I want to know what emoji that is that Mac Movement is using. Did they add a mirror ball into thing and I didn't know it all this time? I was going to add one onto our copyright-free music channel. Disco ball is like one of my favorite things ever. Ah, Mac Movement. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't know it was there. I don't know if it's an official emoji. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. How did I not know? And then, yeah, a long time ago, Noper's Place, I was a DJ. I got a couple of videos that are terrible on my personal channel. I got one where I was DJing one night. I got another one where I was DJing and it was going on for hours before anybody even came into the place, and then my phone died, or my gimbal or whatever, right as it was getting good. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is up on the screen right now. And I mentioned Tim Mitchell when I mentioned this channel. These creators, there's actually a video here. If you go back about 8 months here, you see this video. It says, "You asked, so here's our story," where Chef Civi and Tim Mitchell, she talks about how they got together. So he produces the videos and live streams over here, and Chef Civi's going to take us through the kitchen to not just help us make interesting meals and dishes and combinations, which I'll talk about in a second, but this creator helps us navigate the kitchen as well, talking about things like cookware, bakeware, appliances, and even getting into almost product reviews. So you notice the colorful wheel. We love colorful wheels here, but they have a colorful wheel here. It's called the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. That comes in the live streams. We'll talk about that in a quick second. And the Disco Banana. Yes, I wondered what on earth the sound was. The first time I caught a live stream and was listening, I couldn't understand what the sound was that I kept on hearing. And then I realized, I don't know when later, it wasn't even in the same stream, that it's the banana on the table. And then Civi was doing something the other day where I think she was having people like spot the banana, the real banana, because there's so much banana activity going on that channel. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is also getting involved in a lot of collaborations lately. I mentioned it earlier, where the live streams sometimes feature a cook-along with Butler Family Farm and Devil Dog. They've been getting together once a month to make a sugar-free dessert, which is really cool. You get 3 different recipes, 3 different ways to make it, while they're all trying to get that done. And Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official otherwise live streams every week. So typically on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern, they will bring us the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. And this is where everybody in the audience gets to contribute ingredients to the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. and Chef Civi is going to spin and basically be forced to, all but forced to make whatever comes up. There are some really interesting and peculiar combinations that come up, as you can imagine. Shorts on this channel as well have gotten into now 1,300, 1,500, 2,600 views. And then they've got another channel, and it is called The Unofficial Official Off Topic Squirrel. And when we get over here, this is a complimentary channel where we get more of a behind-the-scenes look at Chef Civi, sometimes with a story to be told, a different kind of adventure. They've got shorts on this channel as well. These have now popped over 1,000 views into 1,200 and 1,500, and then they've got live streams over here as well, where these are, sometimes Civi will do occasional pop-up live stream. Otherwise, on the last Saturday of every month, they're going to play Cards Against Humanity. They've been doing this for a while now, and I've played that game in real life, so I know how wild it can be. But they also have contributions from the chat, which basically means open season on that game as well. So I'm sure anybody that's heard of Cards Against Humanity understands exactly how wild that actually can be then. And then Tim Mitchell has a channel of his own. He's bringing a lot of outdoor content, some dash cam footage as well. Rebecca LaPrince, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, yeah, I never heard of that, the Feral Grandma. Lots of people here will be bigger fans of a lot of things than I am. I consider myself a fan, but not a mega fan of most things. Although I probably would have been if the series had kept on so many years in the middle. My sister and I tried asking her. I can't remember what the first movie was that we saw in the theaters. I remember my friend having a Millennium Falcon toy, and the thing was huge. Like, we were little kids, right? So running around with this thing, and we're all like amazed. And I can't remember if the first movie that I saw in the theater was Empire Strikes Back or not. But we were talking about it a few weeks ago at not at Easter, another family get together, and I think she had me thinking it might have been Return of the Jedi. I was too young to have seen Star Wars in the theater. But, yeah, I can't remember even if I've gone back to watch the older ones in the theater. I've seen the newer ones in the theater. I've seen all of the movies that I know of. Nothing animated, but the live-action movies, if you want to put it that way. Oh, and then Blonde Traveling Gypsy. We don't do link drops here. We do almost none. Thank you, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. We do... yeah, barely any, just because searching, finding, and clicking on each other's channels is one of the reasons why, and then we bet that helps. Short Circuit was your first movie? I feel like I remember that. I know the name. I feel like I know the name. Not sure if I saw it. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then Tim Mitchell, part of me, is up on the screen right now. This is the creator that produces the videos and live streams for Chef Civi's channels that we just looked at. I keep saying Civi. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's from habit. Although when I was listening to the stream the other day, the cook-along, I caught finally the idea. No, Chef Civi. And then thank you, PK Adventure Travels. That is Ryan and Mel. They're going live actually in 15 minutes. They're always on at 7 p.m. Eastern. They'll likely be on for about an hour. So we should be only crashing into Thursdays every 3 weeks or so now. Something like that anyway. And then Tim Mitchell is up on the screen with 423 subscribers. Like I said, some outdoor footage, some dash cam footage has done well for this creator. Shorts have gotten into 1,500, 1,600, 1,900 views. And then live streams on the channel. So yeah, it's interesting. My Reborn Adventures, it can be, in our opinion, it's worth the effort, right? The idea is the channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most, right? And it's not why we do it, but since we're doing it, we look at the benefit, right? And for most creators, myself, it was a struggle. There's lots of people with my same name, and I don't mean Tuberchat, my personal name, Kevin K. There's other people who are Kevin K's. There's 2 other DJs that I know of named Kevin K. So, like, trying to beat these guys when they were on YouTube before I was, took a long while, right? So I know what it's like when your channel does not come up number 1 when somebody searches your name, and then you have to wait, and eventually, the more we search, find, and click on each other, our names rise up those search results, and eventually everybody pretty much becomes number 1, you know, unless you got an unbelievably popular name. And you know, that's the benefit to what we're doing for each other since we're doing it, let's just say. Professional Paranormal Research, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, that's another longtime friend, but great to see you here, so thank you for coming in. And Tim Mitchell up on the screen does live streams as well. This creator I haven't been able to catch for the last few weeks. They usually stream on Tuesdays, right at the same time as I'm working. They take us on the road. Tim Mitchell does a great job of keeping up with the chat while they're doing that. But only in the case of me having an early afternoon and them having a late day do we manage to catch each other for those, but I'm sure we will eventually. And Tim Mitchell, an unbelievably over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, along with Chef Seavey, so I hope everybody will connect with both of them. Oki's Eden is in the house. Good to see you here. And then Simple Family Lifestyle is coming up right now. They dropped a super chat earlier, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then, yeah, Vintage Style by Joe. Thank you for that. Notifications have never worked the way that we all wish that they would. There's too much to it. So the funny thing is, we think it's as simple as having notifications here, right? But most of us are on a phone. You got to have the notifications enabled. Well, I'll come back to this channel in a quick second. So we go over to our settings. You have to be on the front page for this, not the YouTube channel. YouTube Studio settings, pardon me. You got to go over to notifications here and then make sure the notifications are on. So this says manage your mobile and desktop notifications, right? And then you can select the ones you want to be notified of, and then email notifications as well if you want those. But even if you set these, it depends on whether you have possibly your phone or your desktop set to accept the notifications. And YouTube, when we think about starting to have thousands of subscribers and literally 114 million or so channels on YouTube, impossible, I guess, still today for them to be able to put out every notification the way it's supposed to go. But we're unsure. It's just been a bit of a frustration for ever. And then when we look at A Simple Family Lifestyle, we see a couple of different channels. Here they mention the idea of bringing us lifestyle content, recipes, food vlogs, motivational quotes, and more. They bring us some inspiration and motivation on the banner. And then they've got a video coming in a few days. I've got another one here that I can catch up with, so I'm going to put that literally into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel have gotten now with a lot of variety. Some of the cooking videos have done best here, but 3,700, 4,800 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they're live right now. They're doing somewhat unattended live streams. Now, I say unattended, but they're actually there. So that's a different story for most of the time. And I've caught many of these, but basically people are kind of invited to connect and come in and out of there, trickling in and out as you'd like. And you can connect with other creators while you're there. They've got a second channel here where they're talking about that's cool. Listen and grow. New podcasts every other Sunday at 1 p.m. is the goal for the channel. Listen and grow. I didn't get to that first. I don't do a podcast right now. I have the Tuber Chat interview series marked as a podcast, and I have done podcast type ideas in the past, but I haven't got a specific podcast that I'm doing right this second. Probably too much on top of everything else, let's say. Tuber Chat is the focus, of course. And then this creator's got a short already at 1,300, which is great to see. 900 subscribers exactly. We'd love to push them a little bit farther, get that 900 locked in. Somewhere around 905, 910 would be comfortable. And that puts them officially on the road to 1K. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. And they dropped a super chat, so we looked at their channels right away. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a quick moment. And then, Blonde Traveling Gypsy. Yeah, there's lots of different things we can miss. Even in Tuber Chat once, I started the wrong live stream. I just clicked the wrong button. So I had a live stream scheduled. It went to the wrong one. I've done plenty of things that have been mistakes. Probably misscheduled a premiere and let it go. Some of us, at least we have a community now of each other to help us. Like, I can't tell you how much our moderator, Scratch and PPA, is literally a godsend. That creator has helped me with more mistakes than anybody could count. And I promise you, I make as many as anybody. But thank goodness we have each other for that, right? When we do set things a little bit wrong, as your community grows, more and more people will be able to assist with that kind of thing and reach out. And this is the importance of the friendships. Nobody really needs me to say it, but I like to point out the idea. Focus is on friendships here. And then Karen Cole, UK lawyer, picked up one of those gifted memberships, I think. So I've got them on the wheel now. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. There is Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Rob, another fellow Canadian. We're actually talking about the possibility of a meetup in May, next month, just a few weeks, where Cove Action Travel might come up, Chuck and Lori. And so we might get a few people together. We'll see if we can get that done in Niagara or Niagara on the Lake. And then, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, another beloved and dedicated moderators on the screen now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I just noticed a note that I made for myself. I'm just going to go into Nightbot for a quick second here. Just in case anybody wants to see this. I think I don't have an anniversary message right this second, which is interesting. I've got our gold members have like link drops, right? So I've got them ready to go. I've got the 900th episode there, so I can change that to 1,000 when it's time. But what I'll do a quick one right now. So timers are these things that send a message through the chat every 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever we want to call it. There's Van Lot. You see they've got their link drop timer right here. Every 30 minutes, their link is dropped in the chat, right? So I'm going to set one up right now. I'm going to call it anniversary. And I'm just going to say join us for the 6-year anniversary live stream. Set your reminder and I'll put this here. It's not a very good post, but thank you, Scratch and PPA. Oh, that's a part of me. Scratch and PPA's dropped these earlier. I'm going to see if I can find one in the chat. Maybe I got to get it from the channel quickly. Pardon me, everybody, because I'm just doing this quick. Hopefully you see how easy it is to set these things up. If you look at the Tuber Chat front page, there's the 6-year anniversary right there. I'm going to put the link into the thing. I was going to mix those up. I don't know if I'm going to. That's going to frustrate everybody. But this is all we have to do, is just put whatever you want into this thing. This is how we do, like, we don't do a lot of link drops, but this is how I do them here. And then there's a couple of important things here. So there's an interval. How often do you want this message to show up? This is my recommendation for everybody. Whatever you put, whatever you think is a good idea for how often your message should come through the chat, double it, right? So if you think like, I want that message to come every 5 minutes, maybe make it every 10 minutes. Maybe make it every, if you think in half an hour, make it every hour, right? That's just a recommendation. Again, I don't want to make it, I know it sounds like it. I don't want to make it sound like I'm telling everybody what they should or shouldn't do, but we all know what it's like to be in somebody's chat where you just keep seeing the same message over and over and over again, including here. Because we do that. You notice Nightbot just dropped a link for Reeves Blissful Connections there. Stream Elements is dropping a link right now. You don't want your whole chat to just be that. The other thing we could do here is there's a thing called lines. What this does is it says, if there are not 20 lines of other people's comments between the last time that we dropped any message in the chat, then wait. Because you don't, we've all seen live streams as well where it's Nightbot, 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 you know what I mean? And it looks a certain way, let's just say. So we want to try to avoid that, but that's as easy as it is. So hooking up Nightbot is as easy as just going to nightbot.tv. It comes up, if you just search Nightbot on Google, it'll come right up. And then you log in with your YouTube, and then you set that up in 2 seconds. So that's called a timer. But we do that all the time. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Butler Family Farm is back in the house. And then, oh, and then, yes, Butler Family Farm does incredible woodwork in the shop. So does Van Lot. You guys might be interested to see each other's woodwork. Butler Family Farm's been a friend for years, actually. But they sent me over. I wish I had it to show you in front of me, but I've got it put away. But it's a pen and a pencil set that was made out of wood on a lathe. And yes, I actually know what a lathe is. But that was, it's literally remarkable. And then, yeah, Butler Family Farm, we had you up earlier today. Jesse Journals and I think it was first, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thank you, Scratch and PPA. Because it was fun. I didn't have a channel ready. I always have a channel to start with, and I didn't. I don't know why. And so I had to spin the wheel the second we started. But it came up, Butler Family Farm. Yeah, if you watch that, if you watch the first 10 seconds of today's replay, you'll see it. And then, yes, you're right, Butler Family Farm. See, that's the kind of thing I expect not to use, right? It's nice to look at, but not to use. Jerry, because he made it, would think like, yeah, no, I want you to use it, right? I'm like, no, I don't want to run out of ink. I know I could probably fix that pretty quick and reset it. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes, part of me. I'm talking nonsense again. This creator is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. And over the years, she has unboxed all sorts of different things. Anything from crafting supplies to bath and beauty products, jewelry, stationery, snacks, postcards, books, much, much more. Lately, this creator's focusing mostly on crafting supplies, but she's still doing a mix. Lately, there's been the books, there's been the postcards, and she collaborates with other people as well. Sometimes it's subscription services. We've heard of those. And then sometimes it's hauls. Sometimes it's Happy Mail. And sometimes she shows us the things that she creates with the crafting supplies that she receives. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jessie Journals and Unboxes. She drops a premiere every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And this is the creator in the Tuber Chat family who has been recommended the most as a moderator. I really don't add a lot of moderators. You can see we've got a core group. They all, I promise you, care much more than I could describe about their fellow creators, those of us, and so we really don't need I don't want everybody to be bogged down with moderator duties, but these are creators who've been with us for years. Jessie Journals and Unbox has been with us for about 5.5 years. More than once, this creator's been recommended. And so therefore, we're grateful to have her as a moderator for, I think, long over a year now. It could be 1.5 years, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. Jessie Journals and Unbox is working on 2,800 subscribers, and this creator is monetized. You can support her with super chats, super thanks, super stickers on her channel. In her shorts videos, she features a lot of the things that she finds in the unboxing videos, like jewelry here, bath and beauty products, washi tape and other crafting supplies, snacks, stationery, like I mentioned. And this creator has a unique aspect to some of her videos. She premieres every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, at least once a week. Sometimes she's able to get the owners of the subscription services to come in the chat for some Q&A as well, which is really, really cool. And you see she's using the traditional or the new actual collaboration feature in the creator section under the title of the videos on the homepage here, right? So you can get right to their channels if you want to. Live streams over here, she's done these many times before. They're occasional, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That gives us the best chance of catching each other for live streams whenever possible, if that makes sense. Oh, Tim Mitchell, that's interesting. Nice problem to have, but interesting. I wonder about that kind of thing, right? When it comes time to shop for, let's say, a home or a major purchase or something like that. We all have, the things we think are, this is a deal breaker, I need this. And then I can only imagine, I haven't bought a house yet, but I can only imagine the excitement that comes along when the time comes, right? And then, thank you, D-Lo Flo. Hopefully you're meeting friends while you're here as well. Hopefully everybody's meeting new friends in the chat. Jeremy D-Day's here with both of his channels, actually. And then Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then... oh, that's probably why. Yes, Jessie Journals and Unboxes. Sometimes the dates get skewed based on premieres. Premieres really throw them out of whack. But yeah, that's interesting. And then, yeah, they pretty much always settle in order afterwards. Although we're hearing about more glitches. I think I've seen a couple different things today. Scratch and PPA, another beloved and dedicated moderator here. Now, PK Adventure Travels has just gone live. Just Jason Keto's going live at 7:30. Michael's Adventures drops his premiere at 8. We're going to go and raid into Jason's live stream after we're finished here, but we still got almost an hour to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and I tend to get faster as the stream goes on, so we'll get to as many channels as we can. And then Scratch and PPA is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. I literally refer to him as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, and for anybody that's already connected with him, they will have no choice but to say he is at the very least, one of their most supportive supporters. What this creator does for other people, and what I mean is the quantity, the amount of different things that this creator does. I'm sure I only see the tip of the iceberg You know, but this creator is, you know, I say beloved and dedicated moderators, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I personally will be eternally grateful for everything that they have all done for this channel all the way along. But what Pete does for creators and the care that this creator has for his fellow YouTubers, let's just say, and people in general, you know, humanity, I think, is, unfortunately, I have to use the word remarkable, I think. It's not common enough that we have to look at that kind of thing as outstanding. But thank goodness we all have each other, so that we do have people who care more than most. So Scratch and PPA, though, brings us a channel with lottery ticket scratching, and he puts an interesting, unique twist on this, where he pits two tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, X, or Facebook. And this creator has presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails. That we might expect, but he also has a hint about the giveaways that happen on his channel in those thumbnails. His banner's updated every single week. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production, almost 6 years ago now, but 5.5 years ago now. And this creator as well, if you watched his videos over the years, you'll realize how much more has gotten into them in the last several months. In January, he gave his channel a bit of a refresh, and the videos now feature even more editing. When you think about how lottery tickets work, he has to follow along the gameplay, and, you know, has tons of animations and things like that. I've had to ask him about that, actually, in his videos. He's monetized, a fellow Canadian. He's only a couple hours away from me, as a matter of fact. He's working on 2,700 subscribers, so there's lots of ways to support him, including Super Chats, Super Thanks, Super Stickers, and memberships on his channel. Shorts over here feature Italian lottery tickets in the latest series, but this was inspired a couple of years ago when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts along with a lot of Italian lottery tickets. And then he returned to Italy this past summer and brought us an entire series of Italian lottery tickets as shorts, and then a live stream on his channel as well. So in the first trip that I know of to Italy, this creator brought us a live stream. I was lucky to have been there at the time. I know a lot of us will be hoping for more, but happy to see the expansion in content on the channel all the same. If you can catch him for one of his premieres, every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats that you see in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than what we've got going on here, faster than most others. He rivals those of Butler Family Farm, the Stock Explorer, and many other, a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA and push this creator towards that 2,700 subscribers. And then I'll spin the wheel right now, and we will see who's coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Stock Explorer is up here right now, another beloved and dedicated moderator. Nora has been with us for the last 5.5 years as well. This is another creator. They all of our moderators, many other creators here as well, but I can say it about all of our moderators. They care deeply about the YouTube journey and their fellow creators, more so than themselves. These are all creators who don't ask for anything. They are asking how they can help other people more than anything else. We're all dear friends, which I will be eternally grateful for as well. As an example, the Stock Explorer I literally just talked to on the phone today on my way home from work. We talked for at least a half an hour, just about life, a little bit of YouTube as well, and they inspired the tutorial that I did. If you watch today's replay after the 1 hour mark, you're going to find a trick that we use to promote videos through community posts, which I insist I insist, brings more views. We can breathe life, more life into our videos, if that makes any sense. Chaka YouTube, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And then when we look at the Stock Explorer, this creator started by talking about the stock market and a little bit of crypto. They do that in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They are very open about their own stock plays and portfolio and things like that. I can give you a sneak peek at the members-only content on their post page where they share what we call alpha, talking about some of their trades, some of their options plays, and then you see they do a lot of sharing for other creators as well. And then videos lately, over the last few years, have started to introduce a lot of lottery ticket scratching in a very different way from what we saw from Scratch and PPA. This creator has a series of videos called Scratching with Strangers, where they're meeting people for the first time and scratching lottery tickets while they get to know these people. And then, I hope I said that right, and then this creator also has plenty of variety in their videos, including a lot of talk about stocks, some product reviews, a chance to get to know Nora a little bit, and shorts on the channel. This is where the channel features even more variety. But some of these shorts have done really well. 3,300, 4,900, one at 18,000, and we know that that one continues to get views. We've watched it go from 16 to 17 to 18,000, which is cool. The Stock Explorer as well does a ton of live streaming. So a lot of times it's a chance to get to know Nora. Sometimes it is fitness. Sometimes it is friendly conversation. A lot of StreamYard panels. I've been on their channel. We had like a 2-hour talk one day about YouTube and our friendship and things like that. And they do a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators as well, and that can be really cool. And Nora's collaborated with all kinds of people in live stream StreamYard panels and things like that as well. Now this creator has a second channel, and it's called Tropical Buzz. This is where this creator wants to educate us about plant life, some of which is there, some of which they're going to grow themselves, let's just say. And then they've got handful of videos to get the channel started and shorts to go along with that as well. When Nora and I were talking today, this is what I recommended, right? Because this creator's had 306 subscribers on the channel for a couple of months now. They're not actively posting videos. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. There's nothing wrong with, we can only post as much as we can. And I promise you, having more than one channel is more than twice the work. But what I recommended for Nora right now is the idea of taking all of these videos, every single one, right? Because there's only a dozen here. And then making a community post either every day or every other day with the ChatGPT thing, giving you a little bit of assistance. You don't have to. You can just write it yourself. But, AI is making things faster for us and this and that. And if you schedule these out, they happen automatically. It only takes about a half an hour, in my opinion, to schedule a dozen videos as community posts. Probably less as a matter of fact, when you're doing it regularly. And then Just Jason Keto put a video on his community tab. I tend to do about a week to a week and a half, almost 2 weeks at a time. And sometimes I miss, but, as long as we're doing it most of the time, we're fine. And we'll see. We'll see if hopefully Nora will come and say that it's helped, at least with views, if not anything else. But we'll see. Let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So High Plains Camper, I noticed what you're saying in the chat, and this is just recommendation because I'm unsure whether you were here right at the moment I was doing the tutorial and talking about it or not. And I've talked about it so much I can't remember what I said today and what I said on other days. But when it comes to those community posts, like almost everything else, right? When we think about doing anything, I don't say it often enough. My recommendation is to do 100 of something and then see how you feel about it. Doesn't have to be all at once, but you know what I mean. They say it takes 100 hours to get good at something, 1,000 hours to master it, right? To be great at it. So in that case, you know, we're not going to spend 100 or 1,000 hours doing community posts, but if we do 100 community posts, then we can really get a feel for them. And the only reason we even talk about this stuff right now is because on my personal channel, I hadn't posted a video in like 6 months. So I started doing these community posts. They ran for probably 6 months. I didn't even notice. I wasn't looking at them. I just did it for the sake of doing anything. And later, I looked at the videos and I'm like, oh, some of these videos have like doubled and tripled. They had 10,000. Now they got 20,000. Since when do I have half a dozen videos over 20,000 views? But that eventually happened, and it's only the community posts and the solid, strong foundation for the channel, because I have my 10,000 subscribers. There's speeches to go along with that as well. It's all legitimate, but it's a very different kind of channel than what we're doing here. And pure variety. No niche, no theme, you know, which goes against everything the biggest channels would say. And, you know, still the views climb. It does just fine, and everything else. But this is just an idea. So my recommendation for everybody, if you're going to do the community post the way that we're talking about, you can always change your mind. You don't have to do what I say. I don't want anybody to take what I say as gospel. But what you do is plan to do 100. So you say, okay, I'm going to do a dozen this week. This weekend, I'm going to do a dozen. I'm going to plan almost 2 weeks out, right? And then a week from now, you get the rest of the month done. After that, you get the rest of the month done, and you know as well as I do, by the time the summer really gets here, you've already got your 100 community posts out. Then you can see. But Jason insists on it even more than I do, that it helps. I do it all the time. Sharing on the community post page is the number one thing that I've been thanked for on YouTube as the host of Superchat. If you think about that, we've been here for almost 6 years. I've been on YouTube for 9 years. The number one thing that people thank me for, because people give me lots of thanks and they give me much more credit than I deserve for the things I do as much as I can, but you know what I mean. The number one thing they thank me for is sharing their videos on the community page. So that tells you how powerful that is. It's more than we think. I promise you, it works different than other things. I'm going to look at Nopers Plays community post for a second here and just see what they've got. So here's a video post, for instance, right? Here's a video that they put out, and they did a community post. When you're used to Reddit and X and Facebook and Instagram and Threads and Blue Sky and every other social network, what we think happens is people click on the post and then click on the video. But that's not how it works on YouTube. When I click on this video, you'll notice it goes right to the video. So we think that our community posts don't get a lot of views, but they get more than we think they do. They get more interaction, I promise you, than 99% of people think. That's why I'm harping on it so much. Forgive me, because I don't, mean to sometimes sound the way I do and, talk as if everybody's brand new and this and that. It's not that. I just know that there's always brand new channels in the chat. And even though we've got friends who've heard me say the same thing 600 times, there are people who've never heard some of the stuff before, right? So I always have that in my mind. Nopers Plays is up here. There's another fairly new channel in the Superchat family, but they've been here regularly. I think they've been with us a few months now, if I'm not mistaken. 73 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer to that first 100. We know that that's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And then Nopers Plays is obviously going to bring us video gameplay, both in videos as well as shorts and live streams. Look at the shorts here for a quick second. We see they've gotten into 1,400, 1,500, 1,600 views, and I managed to catch them for a live stream just about a week and a half ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. We got notification bells on for every single channel. And again, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then, hopefully, everybody is still having fun meeting friends in the chat. Vintage Style by Joe. I hope I said hello to you earlier. I'm unsure. Hala is here. I've got them on the wheel, though, as well. It's time for us to take another break. So why don't we do this? No more clips for today. I love our interview series. I wish everybody would watch all of it. Over time. There are 5 episodes. The 6th one is coming. But all of the creators that I talked to have been friends of ours for years. They've been through all the things we've been through. They're still going through these things. They've all passed 10,000 subscribers, but they don't all say the same things about everything. Some of them contradict each other, right? Some of them say different things than I would. But I don't want anybody to think, or I don't try to act like I know everything. That's not what we're doing here. The idea is just to share experiences. If I think I'm 100% right about something, I promise you I'll tell you, right? I'll say, no, this is the truth. This is important. You have to do it this way. If there's something like that, I'll insist. But usually, for the 99% of things, I don't say that because your experience might be different than mine, and I have been corrected many times here in Tuber Chat over the years, for which I'm grateful because I want to learn as well. So, you can only put a link of a short in community posts. You can't share them to community posts, which is frustrating. So Karen Cole, UK lawyer, I'm not sure if this is what you mean, but I'm going to show you a trick right now. On Noper's Place channel, there's plenty of shorts here. I'm just going to take this one right now, and I'm going to pause it. Right now, keep in mind I'm on a computer, so I don't know how easier this is on a phone. I'm not on a phone as much as everybody might think. I'm on a computer almost all the time if I'm on YouTube. But I'm going to give them a thumbs up first of all, and then I'm going to pull a trick in the URL here in the browser URL bar, whatever we call that, right? So the word shorts you're going to see in the URL, I'm going to change that word to the word watch. And then you're going to see that the video comes up the same way we watch every other kind of video. If I click on it, you'll see it's still vertical, but it just has all the other controls that we're missing, the stuff we're used to. Now I can take this video, and then I can do create a post, and then I can say, check out this video. If I could spell properly, and then I could post it. The only frustrating part about this way is you can't schedule it from here. There's no way. You have to post it right now. If I want to schedule it, I have to go to the post page, get the link, post it that way. But this is a way to do it, right? So hopefully you find that helpful. I'm not sure if that solves what you were thinking about. Forgive me if it doesn't. And then I think we are going to go on that break right now. And then let me spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back in about 35 minutes from now. Actually, 5 minutes from now, just Jason Keto's going live. And then we'll go and raid him in just over half an hour. So let's go and we'll come right back. I just need another moment here. Pardon me. And then we will be ready to get back with Hala. And we still, like I said, have half an hour to go. So that is plenty of time to get to plenty of channels. And then, oh, I might have caught, did that thing for Karen Cole. Maybe, I don't know if she's still here. So I cleaned up the wheel quite a bit here, and for anybody, any members or moderators that are still here, I will re-add you onto the wheel. You just got to be active in the chat for a second there. And then I did put Sarah Prestwood on the wheel earlier. I'm just going to add another name right now because I try to keep up with the promises to make sure that we, over the course of even 900 live streams, we always add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who is most actively engaged in conversation. Simply Debbie Sue, part of me, is coming up on the wheel right now. And then I don't know the truth about McDonald's. You know, I had a friend call me out about the whole, like, what do you think about the beef there? I said, this is the truth. I learned in a marketing class from a teacher. And as much as, like, you know, I love the idea of teachers and, you know, want to have respect for all of them and everything else, there's a saying out there, right? What do you call a doctor with a D average? A doctor. You know, not everyone can be the best. Not everyone can be amazing. You have your good and bad and anything in the world. Same, in my opinion, goes for teachers, right? So I think teachers don't necessarily have to know every single thing about every single subject that they teach. They learn about teaching, and then they're given the curriculum to just kind of learn as they give it to you if they don't already remember from school. When we're kids, we think the teachers know everything, right? But I've come to learn over a lifetime that that might not be the case. And forgive how careful I am about what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. Anyway, when we think about that idea, what I had heard was that McDonald's had started a company called 100% All Beef. That's the name of the company, right? So that in their commercials, they could say our patties come from 100% all beef or something like that. Now, I wouldn't have known my whole life whether that was true or not, but of course, when you're whatever teen years old, you think that the teacher's right. And a friend called me out and he said, nope, it's real beef, and McDonald's says they just season it with salt and pepper, and that's it. So I'm unsure, right? Because I was like, no, I tried not to eat McDonald's, not unless I absolutely have to. It's like survival food. I don't want to eat it. But now I feel a lot less bad about eating it. I mean, I don't know if it's true or anything like that. And that's true too, Stephen Wire. So, I mean, we'd have to go through, like, you know, whatever to try to figure it out. I don't want to know how the sausage is made. I've been turned off of other things because of that kind of concept and everything else. But, yeah, I eat it sparingly, but I do still, once in a while. Fuzzy Adventures likes Pizza Hut as much as I do. I don't eat it as much as I should for somebody who loves it as much as I do. Pizza Hut is still like the king of its kind. Nez Lover, good to see you in the house. Longtime friend. I've got them on the wheel also. They happen to be a member here. And then Hala's up on the screen right now. I wanted to see how many people have tried the big arch. Where's my poll? Where did the poll go? Did the poll disappear? It disappeared. We're seeing glitch after glitch today. That's making me upset. I like to do polls here that have nothing to do with YouTube. There it is. I had to refresh the page. I don't know why. It disappeared for a moment. No, so only not even 20% of everybody here has tried it. I'm kind of surprised at that number. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be much higher, but I'm surprised because there was so much social media about it. It seemed, I don't know if it's true, because in Canada our social media is all skewed, and that's not me complaining. That's actually the truth. And then, yeah, I remember there was a song, two all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. McDonald's has, always done a great job. When my son was growing up, the first time I took him to McDonald's, we're driving down the street, and when a kid is like, 1, 2, I don't know when we stopped calling them babies, but like so young, and he saw the McDonald's sign, his eyes lit up, and he literally like started staring. I go, how do you even know what that is? How do you know what that is? We've never taken you there. There's no way that you even know what McDonald's is. Somehow he knew. So I don't know if it's just the logo. I don't know if he managed to like catch it from TV running in the background that I never would have imagined, or what it was, but I was amazed. I figure they must have done just incredible marketing that now it's like just bred into us to know that McDonald's is like what we have to be excited about when we're kids or something. And then when we look at Holla, this is a channel that's bringing us a lot of different interesting content. Now, I keep saying the same thing because I'm looking for a way to describe it. And we joke back and forth here in the chat. They say, yeah, they don't know how to describe it quite either. I would almost say travel content, but it's really event-based content. They take us to different events more often than anything else. Interesting places, a lot of car shows, auto enthusiast here. And I joke about this, but it's true. Most people will be able to pick off a lot of these makes and models better than me. I like looking at them. I just don't know them as well as some, auto enthusiasts are going to know them. Live streams on the channel as well. They've done these. They've done plenty of different things between New York, New Jersey, and I'm sure other places as well. We'll see what they continue to come up with. Already over 700 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 800 we know they're thinking about. Thank you, Tim Mitchell, and let's spin the wheel. Yeah, it is a science, Holla. I love marketing and advertising. The story I'm telling is from a marketing class. I don't know if I was in 10th or 11th grade or whatever. We say it differently in Canada, but it was either 10th or 11th grade where we had this class, and I feel like it's the only class I remember anything from in all of my limited academic career, other than music, because I did take music when I was a kid. They made me play trumpet for years, and then I finally became the high school drummer when the high school drummer graduated. So I was excited for that, but other than that, I only remember as much as anybody else. I wish I paid more attention. I really do. I wish I paid more attention for two reasons. First of all, I wish that I knew more about history. I wish I knew more about geography so I wouldn't have to look at Google Maps all the time. And I wish that I had really kept good, clear notes. The first couple of days of school, you have brand new notebooks, brand new pens. You keep impeccable notes for a couple days. I wish I kept that going so that closer to exam time, I could photocopy my notes and sell them to all the kids that didn't keep notes all year. That's what I would have done. Now I'm sure there's other ways kids are doing things like that, but you know what I mean. Crafty Witch 232 is working on 5,500 subscribers, and this is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Tuber Chat family. Andy is the creator behind the channel. They collaborate with different people at times, and they do a ton of creating. So they mentioned they craft all the things: cross stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and they are a sewing ninja. It took me a moment to get a handle on exactly what was happening here because I see mostly a mix of crochet and 3D printing as well. You get the idea from some of the videos, but they got lots of shorts on the channel as well. You see a lot of the creative things they're making and pop culture references throughout them. Some of the most popular shorts have gotten now 10,000 and 14,000 views, and I came to learn that Crafty Witch 232 sells most of what they make. This is why they make it, so they take it to markets and conventions and things like that. And then they've got live streams where this creator's on almost every day, usually for at least a couple of hours, and they're creating while they're keeping up with the chat. Once in a while they do something different, collaborating with other people. Pardon me while I try to find one here. Here's an example, right? Multicam setup there, or StreamYard setup. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Crafty Witch 232. She'll always encourage everybody to connect in there. But the vertical live streams have done incredibly well for this creator. So we're talking about organic growth. As far as I know, and I've asked, but this creator has said, no, 100% organic, but the vertical live streams have just like made this channel pretty much explode. So, like I said, one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Tuber Chat family. Let's think about spinning the wheel. And we'll see who is coming up right now. Nez Lover, look at that. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then Nez Lover up on the screen. And just to give you an idea, I was born at the beginning of the 70s. So I consider myself to have grown up through the 80s. And then obviously the 90s, 2000s and all that. Luckily I was able to be there for that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I luckily was able to see a lot of what we're talking about. Sometimes they bring things back and they say, you know, but it wasn't as common earlier. Like in the 80s, I don't remember them bringing things back from the 50s and 60s other than music. Or like remaking movies and TV shows and stuff like that, maybe. Nez Lover is up on the screen right now. And this creator... Is that a tribute for Johnny Small Pepper? Yeah, that's cool. He was in the chat earlier today. That's another creator that always promotes others. Nez Lover's been a friend for years, literally years. And this creator is going to bring us art on their channel. That's what I've seen more than anything else. So it looks like we're getting a chance to get to know them in the last few live streams here. But this creator typically has brought a lot of art, and then sometimes they chop videos with the live streams. They've got shorts on the channel as well. And these have started to get now into 2,400 views. One of them at 18,000. Which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nez Lover, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. 3,100 subscribers they have. And you can see that they have been... I don't know if I can't catch the... Yeah, forgive me, the amount of time they've been even a member on the channel. One of our longest standing members, my dear goodness. So I will be eternally grateful for that. But Nez Lover is incredibly supportive. I run into them often when I run in between different people's premieres and live streams. I'm always happy to see people supporting others. It's one of the most heartwarming things, in my opinion, is to run into other people's premieres and live streams and see the friendships that are fused between creators. Whether or not they met in Tuber Chat or even know each other from here or around here or anything like that. We just know that friendships is what drives the solid and strong foundations for the channels. And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel drops a poll every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So they just dropped one. You're booked for an Easter cruise, but there's a twist. What would make your trip perfect? Next level Easter buffet, desserts on desserts, a balcony cabin with the best ocean views, wild theme parties all weekend long, or perfect weather and a stunning beach port day. Oh, wow, that's a tough one even for me to answer, but I'm going to answer it. I'm gonna go terrible and say desserts on desserts. So I've got 100% of the votes here now. So hopefully everybody will go and skew this and ruin my vote there. Add some more votes to this. But yeah, that's a cool idea. So this is another example of something that can be done on the community page. He's got photo posts as well. And there's a few different kinds of things we can add to the post page. It brings more chance for interaction on our channels. Rob's a fellow Canadian. He's only a couple hours away from me. We haven't met up yet, but we likely will at some point, I'm sure. And then Van Lot, let me just get you back onto the wheel here. Cruising on the High Season Travel is working on 1,700 subscribers. Now, this creator will take us traveling and cruising when they can, but they also bring us a lot of reviews of interesting meals, or sorry, I say meals, I mean featured items from restaurants and takeout food places and things like that. I recognize most of what I see here because being only a couple hours away, we have all the same restaurants, franchises, chains, and things like that. He's even inspired me to go and get these pizza-looking buttercup things from, was it Little Caesars? It was. But he's got tons and tons of videos. He collaborates with lots of people as well. I'm just going to grab his latest video, put it into my catch-up playlist there so I can catch up with him. Shorts over here have gotten into 2,000 views, 2,400, which is great to see. A big chance to get to know Rob there. And then live streams on the channel as well. So when we dig through this creator's live streams, we're going to find a lot of StreamYard panels. We're actually on one together many months ago. We'll find it on our channels both and a few others, where they got together with a few cruisers and a few other creators to talk about YouTube. And that was always a fun time. I have a good time hanging out with these guys, like in their chat while they're live streaming. There's Eddie Lugo Studios. They got Ryan Parker from PK Adventure Travels, other familiar faces you'll see here. The source was in one of those thumbnails. But they have, Rob does a great job of collaborating with other people. Again, a great way to grow your channel with a solid and strong foundation. And then Cruising on the High Season Travel will be in Europe in a while. And then Simply Debbie Sue is coming up. Let's see what this creator's got going on today. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Just Jason Keto is going to be... oh, he's already live. We're just dropping the link so that everybody can go over there. We're going to raid in there together. And we try to do raids after just about every stream here. But everybody can catch the link there, and I've pinned it so everybody can go over whenever they'd like. Like I said, he's already on, but we're going to go through a few more channels here. We still got plenty of time. We may not even have to go overtime today. Simply Debbie Sue is up on the screen, and this creator is going to bring us faith, stories, and simple joys. They've got a really interesting line on their About section. Just a simple soul nestled in the heart of the Virginia mountains, where the porch swings slow and the stories run deep. And I always like when people put thought into their About sections, or personality, let's just say. When I write things, it tends to sound like it comes from a textbook. So if you can add a little more fun into your stuff, then I think it's a great idea. Simply Debbie Sue is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. This one's short. We always want to watch videos that are 3 minutes or longer. I've got this video, I believe, in my catch-up list. And forgive me, because this time I ran it. I've been trying to watch them. Today I just didn't have time before we started Tuber Chat. I usually do it right before the stream, and I didn't make it. So I've got that video in the catch-up list, so I'm just going to make sure it stays there so I can actually watch it when I have some time. I should over the next couple of days. And then Simply Debbie Sue has got shorts on the channel as well. These have just started, but they've already gotten into 1,600 and 1,700 1,200 views, which is great to see. We'd love to push this creator towards the 1,200 subscribers they're thinking about. And they've been with us for, I think, every stream since finding us just a couple of months ago. Let's spin the wheel, and Rushing Wind Mountain from the Pacific Northwest is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Michael's Adventures is also going to drop a premiere at 8 o'clock for anybody that can watch multiple things. PK Adventure Travels is probably still on right now. They usually go, I think, an hour. I could be wrong. And then Rushing Wind Mountain is up here. So the creator behind this channel's name is Ruby. Sometimes you hear them mentioned by name in the chat. This creator's been with us for many years as well. I insist it's almost 5 years, somewhere around there. But this creator's bringing us beautiful views outdoors, usually of nature and wildlife. Once in a while, they do a few different things. They got an interesting video here. I see the music note, so it's obviously got some interesting music behind it. Pleasing audio, pleasing visuals in every video. And then the videos here can go anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long. Shorts over here have really started to move. So they've gotten into 30,000, 39,000, 112,000. And if you dig through some of these shorts videos, you're going to find some humorous moments, especially when you get into the wildlife. And then they've got live streams on the channel as well. And Ruby's experimented with both vertical and horizontal live streams, or portrait and landscape. And that's bringing us more of usually pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, similar to the rest of the content on the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain, a dear friend, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter over all these years. And then Jeremy D-Day, I got to get you on the wheel. Forgive me, I didn't have you on there, but they must have picked up one of those gifted memberships today. Blonde Traveling Gypsy is coming up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then there's information on the About section so everybody can get to know this creator. There's somebody I'm getting to know as well. Blonde Traveling Gypsy. I should be saying it properly. I said that in the last live stream as well. Blonde Traveling Gypsy. Almost at 600 subscribers, which is great to see. And more often than anything, they're taking us on the road, which is great to see. I'm going to grab a longer video than your latest one right now, and I'm going to put this one into that catch-up list I keep talking about, just for another piece of content to watch. And then shorts on this channel. These have gotten into 5,500 views, 7,700 views on a couple of these already. And then Van Lot, yes, it can make a big difference whether you go vertical or horizontal. So there's a trade-off, right? Going vertical or doing a portrait mode live stream. This is when we're talking about live streams. Videos, a little bit different, right? Let's just say. But live streams specifically. Doing a vertical live stream means that your live stream is going to get caught in the shorts feed. So when people are flicking through shorts on their phone, there's a chance they're going to hit your stream. And then there's a button that says live, and you could just start scrolling through people's live streams, right? So some people prefer vertical, people who've like grown up with TikTok or Instagram Reels and things like this, or Instagram Live and all that. Some people prefer it. A lot of YouTube creators dislike it or prefer horizontal, and that's just because we do most of our work on computers. Let's just say there's more available easily for creators when it comes to horizontal, and I just mean the creative process. But anyway, going vertical means more of everything. So you and thank you, Scratch and PPA, Canadian Family Life is back in the chat. Means more of everything. So when you do a vertical live stream, there's a big chance you're going to get creators, or not creators, viewers of all types. Both good, and some we would almost say undesirable. You know, a lot of times we want to say we appreciate every view, but we can't say that we appreciate every single thing everybody says in every chat ever. And you know what I mean. So it's a trade-off, right? Doing vertical means more, so you might be able to grow faster. In my opinion, it works for channels best that are niched. So, you know, a video gaming channel would do very well, because when the people who come from the shorts feed that accidentally found your stream, they will be happy to see more of similar or the same content. Whereas when you do variety, like I do on my personal channel, or like what a lot of creators do, it may not be the same thing. So you might draw them in, subscribe, but they may not continue to watch, but your sub numbers will probably go faster. So channels that we see doing vertical live streams grow faster, but we have to consider what we're doing based on the quality of the connections. You notice here I keep my chat so tight. We're not doing vertical. I probably never will. I don't know on this channel. But I do everything I can to keep the least number of people coming in, which sounds ridiculous, I know, but we're strong and solid, so I can play around with this. The 20-minute time limit actually turns a lot of people away. 50% of the people who click on a Tuber Chat thumbnail never make it into a live stream. Interesting statistic, in my own opinion. When we look at Blonde Travel and Gypsy, they're doing live streams as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I caught you a few days ago. They seem to be streaming all the time, which is great. Typically, at least every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Sarah Prestwood is coming up right now. If anybody wants me to elaborate on what I've said, I'll be happy to do that. Again, I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I never mean for what I'm talking about to sound like advice, almost never. But I care deeply about everybody's YouTube journey. I want everybody to get everything you can out of YouTube, or everything you want out of YouTube. But that literally means different things for different people. Right? So when we think about monetization, when we think about actual dollars, when we think about subscribers, or when we think about the businesses behind the channels, or the businesses that the channels are meant to promote, there are different goals for different people, and different strategies result in different end results, if that makes any sense, right? So very important. If somebody came to YouTube and said, I'm doing it because I want the money or need the money, or that's the biggest part of it, very different strategy than saying, I have a channel and I want a play button and I want to have 1 million subscribers, right? They're not the same thing. They can be related, but you know what I mean. And then, forgive me, because I'm racing through that too, Van Lot. We're close to the end of the stream today, so I really start whipping through things very quickly. The Master of All Movies, Prestwood DVD Collector. This is Sarah Prestwood in the chat. Hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. She's obviously another loyal and dedicated supporter. I think she's been with us for every live stream since finding us not too long ago. And I've been lucky to catch her for a couple of live streams, I think, and several videos where she is bringing DVD collections along with Blu-rays and a few other things as well. She's posting pretty frequently. It seems like she's putting out a video a day, which is great to see. So I'm going to put the latest video on my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,400 views. She's got one at 6,900, which is great to see. And then live streams as well. So I caught her for one a couple weeks ago. I guess that's the only one. She was talking about, I thought I caught you for more than one. She was talking about a few different movies in there, including one of my favorite movies of all time, The Social Network. I'm just, because I'm obsessed with social media, let's say. And then, yeah, Mac Movement. That's another idea, is that people can do vertical and horizontal at the same time. The platforms are coming out with more and more ways to get that done, which is also a great idea if that's what you want, right? If that's what you prefer. But it all depends, right? So you see in Tuber Chat, we're not trying to get as many subscribers as we can on this channel. We just need the right people. And, you know, we're doing fine. So I just leave it that way. If I was going to do vertical live streams, we'd have a lot more. But there might not be as many of the same people with the same mentality as us, because they would come in faster. It means more of everything. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen. There's another beloved and dedicated moderator from New Brunswick. Tiffany brings us a family channel, and the whole family gets involved in the channel. As a matter of fact, they do a lot of food bank grocery hauls. They do cooking, they do baking, challenges between family members, crafting, vlogging. They come out with different series. Tiffany will do something different at Christmas, for instance. And then this creator collaborates with other people, brings Happy Meal videos, product reviews, sponsored videos. They've got an impeccable container garden featured in some of their videos. I talk about it all the time. And we'll look at her husband's channel in a moment. He often works on the grow lights for that container garden as well as part of his do-it-yourself video series. And then shorts on this channel bring a lot of outdoor footage, 3100, 5600, and one at 10,000, which is great to see, and live streams on the channel. Tiffany usually goes live once every couple of months, but the whole family usually ends up popping in, sometimes all together, sometimes in and out. And then Chris's Creation Fun is Tiffany's husband's channel. So Chris is going to bring us do-it-yourself videos where he works on solar equipment, 3D printing, and now I think he's getting into product reviews on this channel. There's the grow lights, I think, for the container garden there. And then he's got a few shorts to get the channel started with as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chris's Creation Fun. And let's spin the wheel. That makes sense. What you say, pardon me, Mac Movement. I have done dual live streams, like as an experiment, but I can't remember how long ago that was. So it might have been with Streamlabs. I can't for the life of me remember, but YouTube, I believe, just allows it themselves now, right? What happens with all software, especially in the realm of social media and everything else, all these companies just take each other's features. So as soon as somebody comes up with something cool, somebody else is going to steal it next week and add it to theirs, right? Google's the master of that. They've taken everything anybody ever did on the internet and made their own. That makes sense. Mac Movement is kind of giving us an idea of how to get that done. At some point, hopefully I'll make a video of how to do this kind of stuff. That'll be detailed. But hopefully I'll do tutorials eventually. Vintage Style by Joe does tutorials on how to sew different types of things primarily. This creator often works with not just scraps of materials and fabrics, but collections that they find themselves and things that are sent to them as well. And this creator, I have seen many times take ordinary things around the house and turn them into vibrant, colorful things. I could be as excited about the latest curtain video as I was about the pillow video, as I was about the quilt video, as I was about the scraps in the very beginning when I started watching videos on this channel when they first came into the Superchat family. They've done everything from mug rugs to Christmas decorations to pillows of different types, actually. And one that I was going on about the other day is a tote that was made when you think about some of the things we have to look after, like our tablets, our phones, our computers, and things like that. Wouldn't it be nice if we had something with meaning to protect them? You know what I mean? And that's what Joe has done here. This creator as well does shorts on the channel, and she has gotten now into well over 2,000 views on a couple of these. But look at this, 2,600, 3,800 views on one of these. I don't know why I remember that. This one must still be getting views. I think this one might still be getting some. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I feel that way. She lets us know as well how much work actually goes into some of this stuff. Anybody can look at a quilt or something that's designed with so many pieces, like patchwork here that she's talking about, more curtains there, and understand there's a lot of work but this creator helps us understand by pointing out how many pieces might go into things. Like, what did she say the other day? And forgive me because I didn't catch your answer in the last stream when I was talking about it as well with the curtains, but I think she said 20 rows of blocks. 20 rows of blocks. So what are we talking about? 200? She said a quilt can take up to 500. A pillow can take 150. My goodness. And then another live stream is ready to go. She live streams every Friday at 9:45 a.m. Almost impossible for me to catch those now, but I will try. Tomorrow I'm going to be working. I'm doing a few different things. If I'm driving, I can get in and listen, but that's literally like right on my work schedule. And then thank you so much, Karen Cole. Hopefully you caught what I mentioned earlier about the shorts. And then let's spin the wheel. We got another channel ready. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Van Lot is another creator. Luckily, I've been able to catch a few things from lately. So this is a creator that's fairly new to the Tuber Chat family. I think they've just been with us for almost a month now, maybe not even quite. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think so. And this creator does a couple of interesting things. So they bring us into the shop and they do some remarkable woodwork. I was talking about this because Butler Family Farm does a lot of work in a wood shop as well. We got a few creators that do a lot of really impressive work. But this creator as well has got shorts on the channel. They feature a mix usually of the shop by the look of it and a little bit more content from the live streams that you'll see in a second here. 2,100 views, 2,500 views on a couple of these, and then live streams. That's what you said it was, a gumball dispenser, I think, right, the other day, and I was confused. Live streams on this channel usually feature spiritual inspiration and a loyal following already. This creator's already got a lot of familiar faces in the chat, and I don't mean from Tuber Chat. I mean when they're live streaming, they're saying hello to people in the chat. You could tell that they have them there regularly, which is great to see. So I've been lucky enough to catch a couple of these. They're live streaming pretty much every day by the look of it. They've got one set up tonight for 8:30. And then they've got another one for a couple of days from then. So hopefully everybody will connect with Van Lot. We'll have a chance to catch them tonight after Michael's Adventures premiere, which is on now until 8:30. Just Jason Keto might be on around the same amount of time. And this creator just came into the Tuber Chat family blazing with generosity. Obviously a loyal and dedicated supporter as well. But I do appreciate the kind things you've said in the live streams when I've been there. You know, I'm happy to catch everybody as often as possible. Whenever new channels come into the Tuber Chat family, they start becoming recommended to me. So of course I want to try to get over there in the midst of everybody else as well. There's only so much we can all do, but I'm lucky enough to have a second monitor. I usually have 4 windows going at a time, so I'm always doing at least a playlist and a few live streams or premieres. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream. But I do appreciate every moment. I hope everybody will take the time to connect with each of our moderators and connect with them. They are some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 9 years on YouTube now. And we're all dear friends of each other, and you'll meet more friends on any of their channels the same way we do here. Ironically, Jeremy D-Day is a creator who's been with me since before Tuber Chat was even a thought, let alone a channel. This creator was connecting with people the way that we do today before we were ever doing this. This is one of the creators who helped inspire and grow this channel in its early days. Jeremy D-Day now has 2 channels, and over here he mentions bringing food and movie reviews, shorts, vlogs. I'm just going to grab the latest video from Pizza Hut right there. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. Jeremy D-Day's from Wisconsin. This creator's got shorts on the channel at 28,000, 69,000 views over here, and then live streams as well. He's been doing more and more live streaming lately, doing some vertical live streams by the look of it as well. I've been lucky enough to catch a few of these. And then he's got another channel. So JD Knight 7 is where I originally met this creator, or on the channel where I originally met this creator. And when we look at this channel, he's well over 12,000 now, and this creator's featuring a lot of music, album rankings, reviews, CDs, and shorts, and more. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos, a heavy metal CD collection, so that'll be interesting to see. And he does a big mix of a lot of things. I've seen more heavy metal videos on his channel. Popular shorts on the channel have gotten into, look at this, 135,000, 389,000, 954,000 with some of these celebrity shoutouts, and then he's done a few live streams over here as well. So hopefully we'll catch him for some more of those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. So thank you again, everybody, for the time that you've spent today. I'm going to drop the link for Just Jason Keto's channel. Again, it's already pinned, but we can go over there. I'll see everybody over there, and we can continue to meet more friends. Michael's Adventures is also on with a premiere for anybody that can watch more than one thing at a time. And after that, we'll see everybody in a few days. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.